So that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kid store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at pirateware.com. Go Pirates!
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
At US Cellular, we believe you should get more of the latest 5G technology for less of your hard-earned money. Right now, get up to $1,200 off any 5G phone. The choice is yours. Any of our 5G phones with no trade-in or hidden fees. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Have you been waiting to try CBD? E&S Hemp on Fire Tower Road in Greenville is the area leader in CBD. We want to educate you on how our products work with your endocannabinoid system. These products are all natural and non-addictive. E&S offers a variety of products to meet your needs. Tinctures, edibles, topicals, and even smokable items. Customer feedback indicates relief from stress, anxiety, fatigue, pain, and PTSD, just to name a few. E&S Hemp is located on Fire Tower Road. Also, check us out on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this with purple!
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Hello and welcome into a Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios. We are coming to you today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. You can find us on 1250, 930, also online, pr927fm.com. And check us out on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Subscribe to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. You can see the latest from the post-practice interviews with Mike Houston, Donnie Kirkpatrick, and Blake Harrell from Wednesday evening. That is available for you to watch in their entirety on YouTube, so make sure you are subscribed. Got a new edition of Pirate Radio Trivia coming out next week that I'm excited about, that we will talk more about later on. And a lot more there for you on our YouTube page. Somebody asked me last night at Sports Trivia, I had the app. How do I listen to the show? There's like a million freaking ways to do it, people. Radio, online, Facebook, YouTube. It's easy. It's very simple. We got a big show for you today. We'll get to know Saturday's opponent a little closer because with them being FCS, it's hard to know a lot about Charleston Southern and what they bring to the table. So we'll talk to David Shelton from the Post and Courier. He covers the Buccaneers We'll get his thoughts on their games so far this season, players to watch, and more. We'll get a scouting report on Charleston Southern coming up at 3:20 with David Shelton. Later on in hour number 1, week 3 of the NFL season begins tonight. It is game day for Panthers fans like Chandler Honeycutt. We will talk about that and more with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. He'll run down some of his favorite games, including what he thinks about tonight's contest. I'm 1-0 in my Thursday night player props, so I've got another one for tonight that I'm going to give out and try to stay undefeated. Chandler's not going to like this one.
Yeah.
But I got one of those that we'll talk about with Jeff Nadu later on. Ronnie Woodward will join us on our Bud Light ECU report. We'll find out what's been going on at practice this week and talk to Ronnie. Also, we're a quarter of the way done, right? 3 games in to the 2021 season. We'll take an early look at Ronnie's over and unders that we did before the season started regarding East Carolina, how many points they score, how many points they allow, Holton Ayler's props, Harris Mitchell, Sneed, CJ, tight end, McMillan, all that. So we did that before the season started. We'll get a quick look, kind of a progress report on how Ronnie's doing with his over-under predictions for ECU football in 2021. Got all that and touchdown. Tony Collins coming up at 5 o'clock to talk about the Pirates, talk about his Patriots, and comments from Mike Houston, Donnie Kirkpatrick on the way as well. So a packed Thursday show. Also, you can be a part of the show by checking us out on Facebook Live, chiming in there, chiming in on Twitter, or giving us a call, 317-1250, as we are live until 6 o'clock here on Pirate Radio Live. We already have some chatter in the Facebook chat. We got Steve Hill saying, Clipper! That was a test for our audio producer today, Chandler Honeycutt, filling in for Shirley Rhodes. Hello, Chandler.
What's up, Clipper?
Not only, I said last week that when your team plays, you should get the day off. Not only do you not have the day off, you have a tougher job than normal.
Yes.
While your Panthers are playing tonight.
That is true.
So
Definitely.
Stay focused. You can pound later, but just focus for the next 3 hours.
All right.
I know you're going to be pounding later.
I want to save my pound.
You're a big-time pounder.
I'm going to save my pounding for later on.
Jenny Shelton has filled in the role of video production today. Hello, Jenny.
What's up, Clip?
Thank you for your service.
Yep, I'm Team Pirate Radio all the way.
All right.
She's ready to jump in whenever.
As long as he doesn't pound me back here. You know, keep pounding, get hyped up for the game. I'm not ready for the Panthers.
Ew. Guess who else is in the Facebook live chat? Our buddy Benjamin. Don't look back, Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Benjamin correctly said East Carolina would beat Marshall. He's the guy last week that told me and I go not to look back, and then eventually he said we should look back.
I don't think Benjamin has rear view mirrors on his car.
No, he tore those off because the future's so bright. He needs shades. Benjamin, I guess we need your official prediction for ECU and Charleston Southern, since you nailed last week's prediction. You're 1-0 on the year, so let's keep that rolling. You can chime in with us, be a part of the program on a Thursday. Let's get to the rundown real quick, and we'll start with an indoor practice facility. This has been a topic of conversation for a long time. It was rainy yesterday. In fact, Mike Houston was asked about it yesterday by Stephen Igo. Let's go number 2, Chandler, as Mike Houston talked about the need for an indoor practice facility.
It's badly needed for a long time. I mean, it's, you know, if you had that today, then, you know, there's no worry about practice. You're going to get it in. And you can have everything scheduled, and then if the lightning does come, then, you know, you're not disrupted. And it's just these padded practices, they're so valuable because, you know, you're going to play on Saturday how you practice during the week. And there's no way you can simulate contact, and so when you lose a contact day, that's, you know, that hurts you. So I mean, it's you know, a bad priority need.
All right, Mike Houston there on the need for an indoor practice facility. Stephen Igo went on a kind of a Twitter rant yesterday about it, and someone yesterday, I think about the time we were getting off the air, it was yesterday evening, I believe, started a GoFundMe for an indoor practice facility And as I click on the link right now, it says fundraiser for ECU indoor practice facility. Sam W. is organizing this fundraiser to benefit East Carolina University. This was created 21 hours ago. Right now,
how are we looking?
$2,920
All right.
have been raised. So we got like the doors for it, maybe.
So just to like fill people in on how disruptive it is, they went on rush for everything. When we got out there yesterday, we were allowed for the first 30 minutes, and they started doing drills that I'm not used to seeing right off the gate. So they were in a rush mode to get things done before the storm, and then the storm never came. And so, it's really disruptive especially during season.
Well, and I see comments like they're going to play in the rain. They need to practice in the rain. Well, that's all well and good. Again, this is
but
not.
You want those padded practices.
This is not a like ECU needs a cherry on top of what they have. This is not a luxury at this point. This is a need that all their peers have.
What about thunderstorms?
And I mean, even beyond that, like the schools we're competing against have these. It can be, I don't know, a nice little, hey, check this out during a recruiting trip, that kind of thing. And then the practical practice that you miss because of bad weather and what you need to get done during the week, which time is very limited. It's absolutely a need at this point for East Carolina. So that discussion seems to go on year after year after year, with not much being done, but we'll see moving forward how much of a priority that is for a school, an athletic department that is struggling financially.
Mike Houston said it was a high priority yesterday. And when he was done talking, we were still talking about the rain. And I made a comment as he was leaving, isn't it just a metal dome? Like, out of all the things we've built around the practice facilities and training facilities, isn't it just a metal dome?
I don't know.
I just don't understand why it's so difficult to get here.
Okay, I don't either, but I don't know. I'm not an architect, and I'm just passing it along that there's a GoFundMe out there right now for this practice facility. All right, coming up tonight, college football. Two teams that East Carolina has already played this season will face off in Boone. It'll be Appalachian State hosting Marshall. App State is a 7-point favorite, and it has been 7 and stayed that way pretty much all week, although Jeff Nadu did say he got Marshall at 7.5. Interesting game tonight. I mean, I'm leaning Appalachian State. Chandler, who you got?
I don't know. Jenny just asked me that, and I want to lean App State. I really want to see how Wells bounces back. I mean, there's not much bouncing back. He threw for over 400 yards last week against the Pirates. I want to see how Ali does against that App State defense that was very physical against East Carolina the first week.
How their running back does against Marshall.
Exactly.
Because he was explosive, too.
Yeah. So, I think I like this matchup. I really do. And I'm going to lean App State. So, I'm going to go with the Mountaineers.
I'm going Marshall.
Why?
Just because I think they're more on the bounce back, want to win and prove what they lost last weekend.
The bounce back is a factor I look at quite a bit in picking games. Chandler, your Panthers, no need to bounce back. They have been great through 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Don't know about the level of the competition. They definitely play the worst team they played all year tonight. The Texans.
Poor David Cullen.
Are who's better?
I was thinking
Texans
Jets.
or Jets.
If
they play in New York, the Jets are favored. If they play in Houston, maybe Houston's favored. I mean, I still think the Jets are better.
Yeah, I believe it depends on the home field and where they're at. If they play in Houston, I'd say it's Houston's favor. If they play in New York, it's probably the Jets.
Hot mic over there, guys. Hot mic.
So, I mean, that's an interesting bottom of the barrel bowl, I think, in the National Football League.
So, I'm going Texans tonight.
With the spread.
Plus the points, just because the Panthers by 8 on the road. I know they're playing
It's a short week.
A glorified college football team, but I can't do that. I'm not ready to give the Panthers that much credit.
I don't blame
And I'm 2-0 taking the Panthers so far this year. I want that to be known as well.
All right.
Loved them last week.
Hey, I don't blame you at all. I'm not touching that. I don't like that line. I think that's way too high.
So are you nervous?
Are you nervous?
No, you're not nervous.
Chandler.
Panthers are going to win this game.
Are you nervous?
I think they win by 3-6.
To be honest, Clip, I hope we win by much more than that.
Look, you better just take a win.
A win. I just hope our defense continues to dominate. That's been the key point of this season so far is this young defense dominating, especially up front with Brian Burtz and Hassan Reddick. And, of course, J.C. Horn. Haven't heard much of him, but that's a good sign. I mean, he's covering. He's a blanket over there at the corner position. I think Dante Jackson is having a good bounce-back year so far. It's only week 3, but I really am excited to see that defense play tonight. Now I want to see that offense really. And, look, Christian McCaffrey's going to get the ball. And I think his receptions line was 5.5. I think he goes over that easy tonight.
Are you giving out props now on the show?
Yeah. Call me big man near East Carolina's campus.
Wait, that's me.
But you're a big man on. You are a big man near East Carolina.
You're a big man near the man near East Carolina.
Big man near UBE.
Yeah.
You should be big head, and he should be big man.
Big head.
Now we're getting personal.
Big head on shoulders. Speaking of body parts,
his neck,
Davis Seals.
My neck.
David Seals, a.k.a. Davis Mills, Stephen Igo, who doesn't know anything about quarterbacks.
Not at all.
Calls him David Seals. He is kind of trending right now on Twitter because of his neck. And it is a pretty impressive neck, I got to say.
It is.
Because Mike Glennon has a neck on him, former NC State quarterback. Mm-hmm. But his is like tall and skinny. His is kind of thick with 2 C's, but it's like giraffe length as well.
He's got a thick neck.
Thick, long neck on this guy. And you know what?
He looks like Peyton to me.
It looks like if A.J. McCarron and Kyle Allen had a baby.
It looks like if Peyton's forehead went down to his neck.
Yeah.
If you flip his head around, it would look like Peyton Manning.
I think it takes like 2 hours for his food to get down to his stomach.
So when he was swimming as a kid, he had to wait like an extra 45 minutes.
Yes.
You eat and you have to have that time to not go in the pool.
I think it's 30 minutes.
Yeah, he had to wait an extra 45 because it was still going down that gullet.
All right, kids, y'all can get back in the pool. Davis, no. You got to wait 15 more minutes, buddy.
But, Mom, I only had half my sandwich.
But your PB&J is only halfway down your gullet, son.
What a neck on that guy. That makes me like the Texans even more tonight.
Check out the neck on that guy.
Hey, he must work out. All right, there's our Panthers preview. More on that with Jeff Nadu coming up a little later on. We'll talk some NFL with Tony Collins as well. Quick look at the MLB playoff picture. Phillies beat the Orioles last night, but the Braves took care of their business against the Diamondbacks, so they remain 3 games up in the NL East. We got some scores on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard going on right now. Looks like the Cardinals' reign of terror will finally come to an end. The Brewers are up 4-0 on St. Louis, but St. Louis has played so well of late. What do they got? How many games in a row have they won? The Cardinals have won 11 games in a row, and Cincinnati lost last night, so the Cardinals are in a great spot to be that second wild card against either the Giants or the Dodgers. The Giants leading the West by 2 games. The Dodgers will be the top wild card, and then you got the Braves leading the Phillies. Brewers are going to win the Central rather easily. On the other side, in the American League, Tampa Bay has clinched a playoff spot. They're going to win the East. The Red Sox have won 7 in a row. The Yankees have won 3 in a row and now have leapfrogged the Blue Jays. So if the season ended today, I know you're sick of seeing this matchup, but it would be Red Sox-Yankees in the wild card game. Blue Jays are half a game back. Igo's Mariners have won 4 in a row. They're only 2.5 games back of that final wild card spot. The Astros are going to win the West. The White Sox will win the Central. So that's a look at your MLB playoff picture and a bit of a look at your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. The Buck.
The Buck.
Wow.
I'll let her take it over.
Not bad, Jenny. Not bad at all.
Thank you.
All right, we will take a time out. When we return, we'll get to know Saturday's opponent a little bit better. We will talk to David Shelton from the Post and Courier. He covers Charleston Southern football. What does Autry Denson's team bring to the table on Saturday? We'll find out when we return on Pirate Radio Live. We are back with you after this.
Pirate football looks to make it 2 in a row this week as East Carolina hosts Charleston Southern. It's the Pirates Painted Gold game. Tickets start as low as $20. Celebrate Family Weekend with a Pirate victory this week at Dowdy Ficklin Stadium. Let's get rowdy and dowdy. East Carolina and Charleston Southern Saturday at 6 p.m.
You can paint this one purple.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates in ENC. Open 7 days a week. Plus, the Buck has live music every night, along with football. The Buck has a brand new 15-foot 4K screen, the only one in Greenville, and over 18 big screens with all your college and pro action. Sunday Fun Day will also be stocked with the biggest Bloody Mary and Mimosa bar, along with the NFL Sunday Ticket and food trucks out back. Check out the Buccaneer Music Hall. Open every day, noon until 2 a.m., with live music every night, and now football and food trucks during the day.
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owner's insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Hi, this is Todd Mitchum with Mercer Glass, Eastern North Carolina's most complete glass company. Mercer Glass specializes in windows, shower doors, auto glass, and mirrors. We can install or repair almost anything made of glass in your home or business. So give us a call at Mercer Glass. That's 752-5101. That's 752-5101.
Blue 42! Blue 42! Unlike football, life doesn't take a timeout, and anything can happen at any time. Unfortunately, anything isn't always a good thing. You need auto and life coverage, and agents there for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You need North Carolina Farm Bureau insurance. Timeout, not even in our vocabulary.
Pirate fans, call Brian Coleman or CJ Messerly at 756-3007.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company. Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc. Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi. An independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Pirate Nation, the newest sports bar, is Quarters Bar and Grill, offering gourmet burgers, hot dogs, and wings with unique flavors Greenville has never seen. Pirates like to drink too. Quarters Bar and Grill offers a selection of 10 beers on tap and over 50 different craft beers. Come check us out at Quarters Bar and Grill, open Wednesday to Sunday, 11 to 11, located at the shopping center next to Krispy Kreme. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram and be on the lookout for Quarters Cash hidden around downtown Greenville. Quarters Bar and Grill, the plunder never tasted so good.
Do you suffer from pain, anxiety, or sleeping issues? Eastern Healthcare has a solution for you. Eastern Healthcare is the premier CBD store with retailer quality products to help with any ailment you might have. They carry nationally recognized brands such as Curative's Delta 8, CBD Distillery, and Charlotte's Web with a wide variety of delivery systems.
This is Adam from Eastern Healthcare. Come visit our store at 2245 Stantonburg Road across from Vidant Hospital or call 227-4199. Eastern Healthcare. Wellness starts here.
This is Big John Williams, strength and conditioning coach for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's for the best Mexican food and fun in Greenville. Come and enjoy favorites like shrimp tacos, steak and chicken fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, ACP, and more. Follow Chico's on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates for Mexican food and fun. It's got to be Chico's for dine-in or to go. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Flip Brock.
All right, back with you on Pirate Radio Live. We'll look at NFL Week 3 coming up in just a little bit with Jeff Nadu. Ronnie Woodward joins us for our Bud Light ECU report at 4 o'clock, and ECU Hall of Famer touchdown Tony Collins will be here at 5 o'clock. We'll talk Pirates, his Patriots, and hear from Mike Houston and Donnie Kirkpatrick. So we got a lot coming up on the Pirates side of things. Let's talk about the upcoming game on Saturday from the Charleston Southern perspective as we go out to the Fixed NC Live line and welcome on David Shelton from the Post and Courier. He covers Charleston Southern football, and he joins us today on Pirate Radio Live. David, appreciate your time. How you doing today?
Doing good. The weather's perfect here today. I'm kind of jealous that I'm not out playing golf.
Yeah, Charleston, not a bad place to be. Hopefully, and I do believe David will have some good weather for you coming up Saturday, 6 o'clock at Dowdy Ficklin Stadium as East Carolina takes on the Buccaneers. And David, wanted to get to know this football team a little more. I know a little bit about them because when I was doing my research during the summer, I saw their head coach was Autry Denson and said, wow, I remember that name, and was able to talk to him this summer for a few minutes. And boy, seemed like a great man, and he was a great player. I remember watching him. What about Coach Denson and him kind of putting his stamp on that Charleston Southern Buccaneer program? How has he done so far in his tenure, David?
You know, I think he's done well. I think they've won 7 of their last 10 games. Last year was obviously a throwaway year. They didn't play in the fall. They played 4 games in the spring, and but in 2019 they started out 2-6. Then they won their last 4 games to finish 500 and really built a lot of momentum. I think the recruiting has gone pretty well. They've expanded and been able to get some kids out of Georgia and Florida. And still recruit in-state. There's some pretty good talent in South Carolina. He's got a good staff. I think they still need some areas to improve upon. And I think, last year being just a useless year, I think really, even though this is year 3, I think it's really more year 2 for them. And I think they're going to be fine. They've won the games that most people thought they should win, and they've lost to the teams that were probably better, like Monmouth last week, Kennesaw State, which is they're the 2 powerhouses in the Big South. And but they beat the Citadel to start the season, which was a good win for them because that's a big rivalry here in the city. But they're doing well. They've got some work to do. They still need to recruit in some areas, but like I said, I really only consider this year 2. Because the spring was more like, I'm not sure what that spring season was really. It was almost like 4 scrimmages, 4 spring games through the spring. So,
David, we've talked about that Citadel game this week because Mike Houston, former coach at the Citadel, brought up, we had to bring up his record against Charleston Southern. It is not good, 0-3. So he has this game starred for kind of personal reasons, I think. But you mentioned that they were able to beat the Citadel, lost to Monmouth, who is ranked in the FCS. So as you said, I guess the season has gone almost according to plan so far, would you say, for Charleston Southern?
Yeah. I mean, they were not favored to beat the Citadel, but I think most people looking at the situation thought it was kind of a toss-up. They played exceptionally well. In fact, their first quarter was about as good as football as CSU's ever had. And then they ended up winning by 17. Last week it was just the opposite. Their first quarter was one of the worst, and they fell behind early. It was 14-0 first quarter, 21-0. Then they kind of made a game of it, but just Monmouth is really good for our level of football. Monmouth is a top 20 team, and Charleston Southern did not respond very well.
Talking to David Shelton, joining us today on the Fixed NC Live Line, East Carolina and Charleston Southern will go at it coming up Saturday, 6 o'clock at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. Our pregame coverage begins at 2 o'clock on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. So we'll get you ready for the kickoff. And let's get to know some of the personnel for Charleston Southern. And first thing that pops up and was talked about this week to Mike Houston, David, is the dual threat quarterback that Charleston Southern will have on display on Saturday. And Blake Harrell talked about it too. That is going to be a bit of a challenge. So tell us about the QB, Jack Chambers, who, if you take away the losses, he has the most gained yards rushing for Charleston Southern on the year, and also has 4 touchdown passes on the year. Tell us about Chambers.
Yeah, he's their leading rusher since 2019. He led them in the spring 2019. He rushed for about 550 yards. But he is their running game. Now they have had a young guy, J.D. Moore, who seems to be the future at the running back position, and has some burst and pretty good player. But Jack is their offense. I mean, you slow down and you shut down Jack Chambers, you beat Charleston Southern. I mean, there's no secret. He's only 5'10", but is a really good passer. He stays in the pocket. He can throw the ball around. They're sort of an air raid offense, so they throw it quite a bit. And if he gets flushed out, he's athletic and quick enough to gain yardage, through his legs, which is how he gains those rushing yards. But they don't really run. They don't have designed rushes for him. He gets a lot of it when plays break down, and is really athletic and can run. He's pretty quick, but he's a really good thrower. But like I said, they have solid receivers. Garrett Schwarting had 4 touchdown catches against the Citadel, and Jeffrey Wall is a slot guy, a small guy, but really quick and gets open. Then they have Demetrius Davis, who's about a 6'3" guy that they tried to hit, but it all starts with Jack. As at most levels of football, it starts with the trigger man, and Charleston Southern is no exception. He makes that thing go, and when he doesn't play well, they usually don't score very many points.
David, how about defensively for this Charleston Southern team? What kind of looks will they give East Carolina defensively on Saturday?
Well, they're going to go 4-man front. The traditional 4-3. They go inside. Chandre Mims is an all-conference tackle, really good player, a North Carolina kid. In fact, I can't remember. I think he's from Charlotte, but I'm not sure. But he is a North Carolina kid, so he'll be extra jack for this game. And he's a really good defensive tackle at this level of football. He's one of the better ones I've seen. In their ends, Anton Williams and Nick Sally are good players. They get a lot of pressure on the quarterback. They do try to pressure the quarterback a good bit. Linebackers are solid, not great, but they have some experience there. There's several guys that have been around for 3 years. They don't run exceptionally well at linebacker, but they are physical. They do, like contact. And the secondary is, I'm not sure yet. I mean, they played well against the Citadel, but Citadel is a option team, though they don't throw it. But Monmouth had their way a little bit. Now, Monmouth, I will say, had 3 wide receivers that were really good. It's a really tough cover for those guys. But the safety back there, Cody Klein, is an all-conference guy and a real run-type stop safety. But does a good job in pass defense. But he will really walk it up and play physical at the point of attack. But the secondary, I'm not sure of. I think East Carolina, with their passing game, as they showed against Marshall, not so much against South Carolina, but against Marshall, he obviously threw it pretty well. And I think they'll probably have success throwing it against Charleston Southern, unless the pass rush can get to them and affect the play a little bit.
David, in a game like this, if Charleston Southern wants to come to Greenville and pull off the upset win, special teams could be a factor. Have you still kind of waiting for East Carolina to break one big in the return game? The punting has been really good for ECU. The kicking has been up of late for East Carolina. How about on the Buccaneers side of things on special teams? How has that part of the team looked so far?
Yeah, no real major threat in the return game. You know, they field the kicks and they run them back the normal amount. They haven't broke one in a couple years. It used to be really good when Jamie Chadwell was a coach there. They had several guys that could. I mean, they returned a lot of kicks and punts for scores, but haven't done that recently. But their kicker's solid. You know, he's a new guy. I want to say he transferred from Kentucky. But he's got a good leg and has been solid in the early going, and the punter is a pretty good player. But you know, special teams, it's nothing great, but they're consistent. They're solid. They appear to be, you know, they get inside the 40, they'll try field goals, and the guy looks like he can make them.
David Shelton joining us. David, I know you cover prep sports in the area there. This is not the only Eastern North Carolina versus Charleston matchup going on. Coming up Friday and Saturday, Sunday, if necessary, the Down East Wood Ducks are taking on the Charleston River Dogs in the championship series down east in Kinston, about 25 minutes or so from our studio here. Do you cover any minor league baseball there in Charleston?
I do not. As a beat, I go to a lot of games, sit in the stands, and sometimes sit up in the press box, but like to sit in the stands.
Yeah.
And drink a Diet Coke, but you know, they're fun to watch. That's a really good team. It's one of the Charleston has had good minor league baseball for a number of years, and this team is as good as any if I can remember. And I think they're up 2-0 in the series, so they can clinch on Friday. And I saw a tweet late last night that tickets were just about sold out, and that seats about 6,500. 7,000 or so. So it'll be a huge crowd, and Charleston is, in my opinion, it's a great minor league baseball city. I mean, there's a lot of baseball around here, a lot of kids playing, and you know, with the three colleges that we have right here in the city, with the College of Charleston, Citadel, and Charleston Southern, those students like to go out and, you know, have a good time, and so they go to the games a lot.
David Shelton joining us on the Fixed NC Live Line. David, thank you so much, man. We appreciate you joining us on the show and breaking down Charleston Southern. And if these two teams meet up again on the field or on the court or on the diamond, we'll talk some more Charleston Southern athletics with you. We appreciate your time today.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
All right, there is David Shelton, Post and Courier, joining us on the Fixed NC Live Line. The quarterback, I'm anxious to see what he looks like. He did not really sell the defense that well. It sounds
he didn't
like
have much confidence in those linebackers
or the secondary. Sounds like East Carolina should be able to put up some points on Saturday. And it was interesting to hear him talk about how the quarterback gets his rushing yards, Chambers, because I was going to ask, but he said it before I could ask. The runs and the yardage he has sounds like it's coming mostly on scrambles instead of design runs. So he has 153 yards gained this year, a net of 108, and you got to factor in sacks for all that. So he's rushed for 153 before the losses, 2 rushing touchdowns for Chambers, and he also has 4 touchdown passes on the year to 1 interception. So interested to see what he looks like. Let's see. We had, I guess, Grant Wells, was he a running threat at all?
Triple threat quarterback. I don't think we faced one.
Yeah, yet. I don't think Wells was that much of a runner.
So this could be the first really dual threat, or is it just as triple threat?
They called him triple threat yesterday, I think.
What does he do, kick?
Or dual threat.
Chase Bryce definitely was your pro-style quarterback that spit most
and I
of
would
his time
say
in the
South
pocket.
Carolina's guy wasn't running at all.
No.
Either.
No, Zeb Nolan, no.
He wasn't really throwing either. I don't know what he was doing back there.
Absolutely not.
He wasn't doing much of anything.
Can I tell you what scares me more about this game than that quarterback?
If I say
It's kind
no.
of like a personal. It reminds me of like a Georgia State game last year where the coaches have a lot of ties to this team and the players and the coaches. So it's kind of like a backsided duel.
Backyard, backsided duel. So what are you concerned about, though?
I mean, I think they're just playing for a lot of pride, and it's a lot more personal than I realized after learning after the Georgia State game last year. I didn't realize how close some of these coaches were, and kind of carries on up. They're pretty close to the Citadel.
I'm going to say Georgia State's a lot better than this team. I mean, Georgia State's FBS.
Oh, yeah,
this
for
is
sure.
FCS. So.
But it just kind of scares me, you know?
All right. Well, don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
We'll get through this. East Carolina and Charleston Southern coming up. This is a great time to have them on the schedule. Go ahead and get your second straight win and get everybody fired up for a huge game against Tulane coming up next Saturday. Huge, with Corey Glore on the call on the Tulane Green Wave Radio Network.
Do you think people
touchdown wave?
Do you think people will protest like Corey Glenn? I'm just kidding. We're excited to have him back. It'll be interesting hearing him.
Should we not have him on the show?
No.
We should ban him from Pirate Radio?
Ban him from Pirate Radio.
No, we miss him. It'll be nice to have him back.
Let's take a time out. We will come back when we return. What does Jeff Nadu think about the Panthers and Texans tonight? I've got my Thursday night prop bet.
Some exciting news regarding Jeff Nadu.
Yeah, I don't know how much of our listeners are aware of his deal. He's always in the middle of something. I try not to bring it up on the show. We just stick to sports betting. But Jeff Nadu is not a member of Barstool Sports, but he's kind of like outside the front door.
Looking in.
And it looks like, and we'll talk to him about it, I'll ask him straight up, is this real? He will be fighting in a boxing event coming up in December. Rough and rowdy. Fighting. Gloves, fists, boxing. No headgear. Jeff Nadu apparently will be fighting on December 10th in Rough and Rowdy in West Virginia. And we'll see if he confirms that when he joins us on the other side of this timeout. More to go on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more is Signs and Tint. Signs and Tint is family owned and operated right here in Greenville, and their NC licensed electricians specialize in ceramic coating, vehicle wraps, and more. Signs and Tint offers 10% off for military and first responders. Also, make sure to mention Pirate Radio at checkout for a discount. Stop by their office today at 801 Staten Road or visit them online at signsandtint.com.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer, nothing tastes quite like it. Proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly.
Other food delivery apps charge surprise fees, but Domino's is giving away $50 million worth of surprise frees, like free pizza, lava cakes, or cheesy bread when you order delivery online. And we found some unique ways to get the word out.
Like shouting from the rooftop! Free cheesy!
Screaming it! We even called Paul Revere.
Free lava cakes are coming!
Order delivery online and you could get a surprise free from Domino's. No purchase necessary. Open U.S. residents 13 and up through 11/21/21. Odds of winning are 1 in 14. See rules at surprisefrees.domino's.com for free entry, blackout dates, restrictions, and details.
The UPS store in Winterville is now open on Fire Tower Road, across from Marabella Pizza and beside Subway. Trust the UPS store in Winterville with pack and ship guarantee and same-day printing. When it comes to shipping, the UPS store in Winterville has everything you need in one place. The boxes, the packing material, and all the assistance along with on-site notary, passport photos, and business and printing service and freight. The UPS store, now open in Winterville 7 days a week. The UPS store in Winterville is your premier location. Go Pirates! BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in Eastern North Carolina. With Blackwood and Mills Creek in Greenville, Dalton's Cove in Farmville, and Belmar in Ayden, these are just a few of the developments featuring BMS Builders homes. They can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or East Carolina football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. BMS Builders. Give them a call at 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
Tired and sluggish? Down in the dumps? Or just have the blahs? Maybe you need to hydrate. Revive Health and Wellness on East 10th Street in Greenville offers IV hydration that can help you with lack of energy, improve your mood, assist with immunity, even fix a hangover. Locally owned and operated, the team at Revive Health and Wellness are experienced and licensed registered nurses that will assist you in preparing for your IV session. Call or text today with questions or to set an appointment with Revive Health and Wellness. 252-350-1805. That's 252-350-1805.
We paid how much for those lessons?
Shh. She's doing great.
Oh, yeah, totally. Can you pass me a Pepsi Zero Sugar? Great job, honey! Oh, look at that. That's not the end.
No way. Now it's time for the encore.
You know what? You're right. 5 times? Not enough times.
For everyone who traded in rock concerts for their kids' recitals, you've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar. That's what I like.
Here is your ice-cold Pepsi Zero Sugar, sir. Oh, thanks. Wanna watch the game?
Ooh, little sports ball on a Sunday afternoon. Don't mind if I do. Hey, did we win? It sounds like we won.
It's still the first quarter.
I must be lucky. People say that about me. Tough break on that free throw there. Shouldn't be doing that.
Dude, we're watching football. Come on.
For everyone who spent the entire game explaining the entire game, you've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar. That's what I like.
Hey everybody, this is David Glenn, and you're listening to my favorite station in Eastern North Carolina, Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. University PC Care has been Pirate Nation's go-to IT experts since 2006. University PC Care are the local tech support experts for any business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Ronnie Woodward joining us at 4 o'clock. Touchdown, Tony Collins at 5 o'clock. We will sprinkle in some Mike Houston and Donnie Kirkpatrick comments. Donnie went about 20 minutes again yesterday, so we'll try to find time to...
Well...
What, Donnie, Coach, you got anything to say?
Well, let's get to my audio.
All right, we'll save that for later on. Because right now, we need to talk NFL Week 3 with Jeff Nadu, the big man on campus. The Carolina Panthers going at it tonight against the Houston Texans. We'll talk about that and more as Jeff joins us on the Fixed NC Live line. Big man, how you doing today?
Pretty good, Clip. How are you?
I'm doing great, Jeff. Before we get started, I did see some internet chatter about a December 10th rough and rowdy involving the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, in the ring. Jeff, is that factual information as of right now?
Yes, Clip, it is. I will be fighting December 10th in West Virginia, and I will be the main event as far as I know.
Wow. That is, I've never purchased a Rough and Rowdy. I'm very familiar with what it is and the event and the Jose Cansecos and the Pac-Man Joneses of the world, but this one is already getting a lot of buzz. It was just announced yesterday and already a ton of chatter about it. And Jeff, I'm fired up to buy this event and watch this event. So has the training begun for this fight coming up?
Yeah, I mean, I've been training, as you know, I've been working out and not, boxing for 15 months. But yeah, I've actually been training for about 2 weeks. I was going to do boxing training regardless. So yeah, I'll be good to go. I actually, not that this means a whole lot, but I fought till I was like 10. So I know kind of how things work and how things are going to go on. But yeah, for me, it's going to be pretty secret. I'm not going to really give much away as far as what I'm doing. But yeah, for me, it's all going to be about my cardio. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I like being the underdog. I don't know why I'm the underdog. I think people just don't like me. I'm the villain. But yeah, we'll have a great time. It's going to be very action-packed.
That's exciting. And, I won't beat you over the head with it between now and December 10th, but we'll certainly bring it up during our chats because I talked to several people last night at Sports Trivia that were like, is this real? Is this really happening? So people are excited about it, Jeff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's going to be a spectacle for sure. I mean, I think the opponent, it kind of happened randomly, but, I think we're similar sizes. He's a little bit smaller than me, but Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm going in with a chance to obviously make money off it. And look, I'm going to take it very seriously, and I obsess over this kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And, yeah, it's definitely real for sure.
Man, all right. I'm fired up, ready to go. Jeff Nadu joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. All right, Jeff, let's talk Thursday night football. The Carolina Panthers are 2-0. The defense has been phenomenal in the first couple weeks, but they played the Jets. And, boy, the Saints look really bad. Part of that might have been the Panthers' defense last week. But Sam Darnold and his crew are 2-0. This will be their first road game, and they're 8-point favorites. I'll go ahead and tell you, I'm taking the Texans just because the Panthers are on the road. I think the Panthers win the game, but that 8 seems like a lot to me. So, Jeff, am I in the wrong or the right in this situation? And what do you think about the total, 43?
No, I think you're in the right. I mean, I would definitely lean with Houston at 8. I think, it's obviously one of those games I think kind of sneaks up on a lot of people because they realize, well, Carolina beat the Jets in week 1, and that's not real good. But then you come out and you just kind of blank the Saints after they put up 38. So, yeah, I mean, look, we're 2 games into the season, Clip. I don't know if the Panthers are going to stay the number 1 defensive team in the NFL, but they have a very good run defense. They're a team that is facing a quarterback that's obviously very raw. He's a rookie. He didn't look good in the time that he was in there. So I think this is going to be a really tough ask. I think they're going to obviously keep the ball on the ground, and it's not like Carolina has if you're a rookie like this, you kind of hope that the rushing defense you're facing maybe gives up 5 yards to carry. That's not the case here. I hate to be kind of square here, but if I can get 17 on the Texans team total, I might look under. I buy into this Panther defense, but I think it's an under game. I think it's a low-scoring game. I think a teaser would be a good play here. I don't play a lot of teasers, but I think if you get Carolina down to 1.5 or 2, maybe tease this up to 49.5. I think you got a pretty good play here.
Jeff, I'll be honest. I have not watched Davis Mills play quarterback. Didn't watch him at Stanford. Don't know much about him. What was your take on him going into the draft? And I mean, is there anything to be excited about if you are a Texans fan when it comes to Mills?
No, because again, Clip, we have to remember if Deshaun Watson didn't have his problems off the field and Tyrod Taylor doesn't get hurt, this guy's a third-string starter. I mean, it's that simple. So, no, I'm not. I don't think anyone's really excited about it. Look, every kid that comes in is going to have an opportunity and a chance to prove himself. But I don't know. I'm not running to the window to think it's going to be Davis Mills to do so. He was a third-string guy for a reason. I mean, if he were Trey Lance or Mac Jones, he would have been starting for this team as opposed to the third string. So yeah, I wouldn't be excited, and I think the Texans aren't exciting. So they are what they are. Unfortunately, they have off the field problems.
I gave out a winner on a prop last Thursday. I'm gonna try to keep this going, Jeff. I had Logan Thomas over the catches. Tonight I'm gonna go Sam Darnold over half an interception because you get it for basically even. And Thursday night, it was a Thursday night when he was seeing ghosts famously. I think it's time for Darnold. Again, I think the Panthers do win, but it's an ugly game. I say he throws a pick tonight. So there's my Thursday prop.
Well, there you go. I'm gonna, if again, wherever you bet, I'm looking towards, passing yard. Pretty simple, passing yards under, 213.5 for Mills. I thought that was a bit high anyway. I mean, that's not a lot in the NFL, but unless you're Mahomes or some of these great quarterbacks, you're not throwing for 350 every game. I don't think Davis Mills is capable at all. I kind of had him at mid hundreds, maybe 213. I'll bank on the fact against a good defense. I like their secondary, Carolina, so I'm going to kind of just get on that under 213.5 with Davis Mills. I'm going to bank on the fact that he run the football. He doesn't have a ton of attempts.
Well, and it's not like he's subbing for Dallas or Tennessee or a team with the Vikings, with a whole bunch of weapons either. I mean, we're talking about the Texans with Brandon Cooks and a bunch of other dudes, average guys, right?
I think if you're Cully, I think you just try to keep it easy.
Yeah.
Be kind of a game manager. Don't try to kill it. And again, as you said, this is not kind of one of those up-tempo offenses with tons of weapons, and you're facing a really good defense. So yeah, I think they'll be ready for the challenge. 213.5 seemed a bit high. I think he has 170 or 160 or something.
Jeff, any thoughts on my football team? They are on the road at Buffalo. Line is going down in the favor of Washington. Right now it's plus 7.5, so Bills still big favorites in that game, 45.5 the total. Any action on this one for you?
I thought the number was a bit high. Obviously, people are going to be all over Buffalo after their get-right game last week. People will be down on the football team after their near loss. But remember, Clip, you know what matters in the NFL? Did you win or not? And they did.
Yeah.
So that's all I really care about, frankly. I thought 7.5 was a little too high. I think Washington, whether it's Heineke or Fitzpatrick, I like both. Their skill position group, pretty solid. I would lean football team here.
Game of the week in L.A., the national 4:30 window game. It'll be the Bucks and the Rams, and the Bucks are a road favorite. They had like 2 or 3 different games against the Falcons. They started blowing them out, then it got close, and they blew them out again. Matt Ryan helped out with that with a couple of pick sixes. But Rams and Bucks, big man. What do you think about this matchup of the what looks like right now the top 2 teams in the NFC?
Yeah, I'll take the home dog. Better defense, really locked down secondary. I worry a little bit about Tampa's offensive line with Donald and some of those guys. That's a great defense. This is why you got Matt Stafford, to compete in these games, to take you up over the top and go to the Super Bowl again. I think he's grossly underrated. Is he Tom Brady historically? No, of course not. But Matt Stafford is a really underrated quarterback. I think you can make the case that he's done a lot. Am I going to say HOF? I don't know about that. I can make a case. I think he's had a great career, and I think going out there is just great for him. Seems a lot happier. Seems a lot better, frankly. I think they're a great play this week. I'll take the better defense. I still think Tampa in their secondary is concerning. They're young. They're injured. They're inexperienced at the time. So I lean Rams. I think they get the job done. I'll just take them +1.
Philly on the road Monday night against the Cowboys. NFC East matchup. Dallas a 3.5-point favorite as they play at home for the first time this year, although you could argue they had the home field advantage against the Chargers last week in L.A. Total here is 52. Eagles coming off a loss to the Niners. Cowboys coming off that field goal win over the Chargers. Jeff, how about Monday Night Football with your Birds?
Yeah, obviously we got some bad news in Philly this week. Brandon Graham's not going to play. He's out for the rest of the year. Had an injury, an Achilles injury, which is a big loss. I mean, he's their best pass rusher. He's kind of their emotional leader. He's been here his whole career. That's a big loss because I don't know if this team has anyone to replace him. I mean, Derek Barnett's not panned out. Ryan Kerrigan's been MIA in his first 2 games. I'm a bit concerned. The good thing for Dallas is they've had some issues on the offensive line with getting everybody healthy. They're going to be without DeMarcus Lawrence, maybe without Amari Cooper. I'm excited. I mean, I think it's a great game. Dallas week's always big. I think we can move the football, surely. And I think we have you're right up there and can match what they do offensively. Even without Cooper, I think this is still a pretty good offense. I think the Eagles take advantage. Look, Nick Sirianni got too cute last week. I think he knows that. I thought I was watching Nick Peterson as opposed to Nick Sirianni. But, yeah, it's a long way away. But, looks like sharper money's coming in and taking the 4, bumped it down to 3.5, so that's good news. I'd probably need 4 or 5, kind of a no man's land, and I need a diagnosis on whether Cooper will be out there.
Jeff, we talked about some good games. Here's a stinker. This is gross, but the Giants 2.5 at home against the Falcons. Just watching the Giants, they're not good, but I feel like they're better than the Falcons. They're at home. It's only 2.5. It's almost like they're begging you to take the Giants, and my dumb brain is saying, all right, I'm just going to take the Giants -2.5. They're going to beat the Falcons at home, but 47.5 the total. Is there a side here you like? Is this a stay away? What do you think about this game?
Yeah, this is a game I'm not involved in. I don't. Here's the thing, Clip. Like, I think the Giants are better, but are they? I mean, Daniel Jones sucks.
Yeah,
pretty simple. And look, Matt Ryan threw the ball almost 50 times last week. Threw for 300 yards. He's still able to move the ball down the field. So they have some guys I think that are obviously Pitts and Calvin Ridley, and Cordell Patterson's been kind of a versatile guy there. So. Yeah, I agree with your sentiment, but I would lean Atlanta. Look, Daniel Jones, I'm out on.
He is a Washington killer, and that's about it. Plays bad against every other team.
Yeah, and again, Clip, remember, this is an offensive line that's one of the worst in the league.
Yeah.
What that means is Barkley's not as effective. Not everyone is as effective.
Jeff, what else you like coming up week 3 on Sunday? Left out some pretty good matchups. Colts, Titans, should be a pretty good game. Colts are desperate for a win. Patriots, Saints. We'll see how the Saints respond. You got the Chargers, Chiefs, which will be a fun game in Kansas City. Justin Fields making his first start for the Bears against the Browns. So a lot of other action out there. Vikings, Seahawks could be a wild one as well. What else do you like week 3 of the NFL?
I took 2 games I took already. I like over 49.5 I got with Baltimore and Detroit. Baltimore is dreadful on defense right now. They just have too many players out. We know Detroit can move the ball down the field. Goff's a good garbage time guy. They always play hard. They're always going to throw.
I was going to say, Jeff, they might be a great over team. We saw it week 1, and then week 2 they would have scored more in the second half, but Goff couldn't freaking hold on to the wet ball. Like, they would have scored more points. He just kept giving it away. Center exchange, and then when he went back to pass. So I like that. I think they might be an over team this year.
Yeah, the large sentiment's going to be that Detroit is good at moving the football with Goff, and defensively they're a mess. No Okuda. Baltimore will probably hit 30 in this game. For a team that only runs the ball 60+% of the time, they still have no trouble moving it. They've got plenty of weapons. You might get Bateman back this week, so another weapon for Lamar. I thought he looked great last week, so I think this total's too low. I also played the Chargers +6.5 against the Chiefs. I think this is begging you to take Kansas City. They can't lose 2 in a row. Kansas City at home, all that nonsense. But the truth of the matter is, over the last 10 games, Clip is a favorite. Chiefs are 2-8 against the number. They're not good laying points. I think people are just going to be intertwined in taking this because it's the Chiefs. But the Chargers have a significantly better defense. We saw last year there were certain games where Justin Herbert was just kind of going back and forth with Mahomes. I think Herbert's a terrific player. I think they're a good football team. I think defensively they get a lot of stops. Look what they did last week against that Cowboys offense. Keep in mind, lost the game, but it was right back and forth the entire time. I think they have the major edge on defense. I think they could win this game.
At what point, Jeff, I mean, look, I saw in week 1 against Washington, they should have scored in the 30s probably. Washington got lucky that they held them to, 20 or whatever it was. But at what point does this become a concern? They move the ball all over the place, but just can't cash it in.
Yeah, I mean, red zone efficiency is always one of those things that I look at, and that's a good point by you. It is concerning. I mean, this group is second worst in the NFL in red zone scoring touchdown percentage. So they've got to be better, and I think that's something that they're probably going to work on all week. I mean, 30% is not cutting it. But it's interesting because you look at last year, they were at 57%, which would put them in the bottom 10 in the NFL still. So they've got to be better. I'm just hoping this is the one game where they do convert, and I think they will against a defense that isn't very good.
They've had no issue from the 20 to the 20, that's for sure. They are a fun offense, but just can't cash it in to this point. Jeff Nadu joining us on the Fixed NC Live line, looking at NFL Week 3. Jeff, we'll talk some college football with you on the Bud Light pregame tailgate on Saturday. But real quick, earlier in the week, you said, I think you said you had a play on Marshall going tonight, right? Marshall and App State?
Yeah, I got a little notch here with Marshall plus the 7.5. Not a full game play for me, not a full game wager, but I did take a little bit. I'm a little concerned. I hate standalone games. I just hate them. The public's going to back Marshall here. That's kind of concerning. But I had the number 4.5, 5, maybe 4. I think it's just too high. I think Marshall's undervalued after last week's loss. As you know, I mean, they were in control for most of the game. This is one of the best yards teams in the NFL or in college football, so I think they'll move the ball. We just obviously need them to punch it in. I worry a little bit on defense, but I think 7's too many. I got 7.5, so I got a good number.
Jeff, final question. I guess it's multiple questions. What time will you be watching the Many Saints of Newark, and will you be watching in a theater or on HBO Max at home?
I'll be watching it. Generally, when a new show comes out on Netflix, they're out at 3 a.m. Now, HBO Max, I'm not sure. I have to obviously do some research and find that out, but I'll watch it as soon as it comes out. I think the problem we have on social media now is, people will ruin stuff. So
that's true. Good point.
I obviously watched a show called Gomorrah, which I've raved about. And I didn't talk about it as I watched it because I didn't want some idiot coming in and telling me what happened. So, I'll watch it immediately. I will say, Clip, as well, just something to think about going forward. College basketball is just about a month away. So let's not forget about that. I'm actually going to be starting some of my college hoops previews next week with the conferences. So, yeah, a lot to get into. Plus, as you said, our show next week on the sit-down is going to be all about The Sopranos. We're going to talk about the movie, what we can expect. We're going to talk about characters and who they were really based on. We're going to talk about our favorite episodes and things like that. So if you enjoy the show or you haven't listened, next week might be the show for you.
I'm excited. And Tuesday, Wednesday gives you an opportunity to catch up on TV shows. So next, I'm going to try to hold off till then to check out this movie, and also I got to catch up on Survivor, which came out last night. But with all the football going on, Jeff, but you're right. I don't know if I can avoid spoilers online, so it's a tough call. I might have to.
People are lame. They're always going to try to ruin stuff. It's how people are. But again, I have, I know you're a little different, but I have no life really outside of gambling. So, I watch a lot of TV and film and books and that kind of stuff. I'll be sure right there at the beginning.
Big man, enjoyed it as always. We'll check in with you for a few minutes on Saturday. Talk some college football during the Bud Light pregame tailgate.
Hey, Clip, I look forward to that. By the way, you know that I would never go to a movie theater, right? You know my thing on that, right?
No, what's your movie theater thing?
Yeah, I'm deathly afraid of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you're like trapped in, or like it's dark, or what?
One thing I'm very big on is I do not like to be submerged underwater. I don't like to be trapped. So like I think of in a movie theater, it's like being in a parked car and someone pulls up and kind of blocks you in. A movie theater, you're sitting there, and that little walkway that you walk through, it just freaks me out. It's creepy.
All right.
Very limited exits. So yeah.
Learn something new about Jeff Nadu. There you go. Did not know that. All right, big man. We'll talk to you Saturday, bud. Appreciate it.
Look forward to it. Thanks, Clip.
Jeff Nadu joining us. Scared of movie theaters, not scared to fight in Rough and Rowdy. Coming up December 10th.
I hope they don't do it in the movie theater. He'll be screwed.
So Ronnie Woodward said to join us next segment. He's here. We'll take a break.
He's actually fighting somebody?
December 10th.
Yeah, where at?
It's in West Virginia, where they've done a few of these things.
I just made that drive. Sounds like a road trip.
You talking about making the drive? I was going to ask her, we're going to watch it together.
Oh, yeah.
You talking about going?
Yeah, watching it would
Let's
be...
go. Front row seats.
He needs his Pirate Radio crew, man.
But we're
his fam.
We're going to have like a Super Bowl watch party for that thing. So
that's much more fun.
You got to be, it's a Friday night.
We're going to have wings,
December
pizza.
10th. You in?
Hey, I think so.
Yeah.
That's right before my wedding anniversary.
All right.
I can just get like a guy's night.
Yeah.
Bring
Sarah.
It's like a getaway night.
All right. Guys' night before the anniversary.
Put that in our Google Calendar 5 months in advance.
We're going to watch Rough and Rowdy, so get ready for it. All right, let's take a timeout. Come back. Ronnie Woodward is here to talk Pirate football. Ronnie, we are a quarter of the way done, so we will look over your over-unders, just do a little progress report on it.
Yeah.
See how you're doing thus far.
I like it.
And talk Pirate football when we return after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new 2021 GMC Terrain and save over $4,500 or 0% financing for 72 months. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty on all new and pre-owned vehicles.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
You've worked hard to start your business and working even harder to make it successful. And that's why it's important to have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from Select Bank and Trust. And as the business world throws you curveballs, we're here to be responsive to your needs. Our team of local bankers can make local decisions and cares about you, the customer. Get the business services that are right for your business today with Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
This is Dr. Anthony Scalick from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center of Greenville. We offer a variety of services including arthroscopic surgery, sports medicine, carpal tunnel surgery, general orthopedics, fracture care, total joint replacement, physical therapy, and on-site MRIs. For experienced and professional medical care, visit our office on W.H. Smith Boulevard in Greenville and online at orthoeast.com. Orthopedics East, providing services to ECU and Pitt County athletics for over 35 years. Go Pirates!
Be
sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
Ooh, look at all that Parmesan cheese on that papadilla. Our freshly folded flatbread filled with juicy meats and melted cheese now has a crunchy, toasty outside. Now that's what's Papa. Order today at papajohns.com.
Hey, Pirate fans, order the new Parmesan-crusted papadilla for only $7. The new Parmesan-crusted papadilla is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Hey Birdland, do you want access to every Orioles home game in August and September? Now you can with O's Unlimited. For just $40 per month, you can have month-long access to every game in August and September. The O's Unlimited Pass will give you general admission standing room only access throughout Oriole Park, including the Flag Court and Budweiser roof deck. To purchase your O's Unlimited Pass, visit the Orioles Ticket Marketplace at Orioles.com/tickets or the MLB Ballpark app and have your tickets delivered instantly within the app.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Come and explore great shopping in downtown Washington at Naughty Life. Hi, this is Gina from Naughty Life, and new fall merchandise is arriving every day, featuring all the new Yeti products, like the loadout buckets and waterproof dry duffel bags. We have new fall clothes for men, women, and children. At Naughty Life, we have something perfect for any occasion, like new jewelry and a great selection of sunglasses from Costa, Reflect, and RCI. Visit Naughty Life on Main Street in historic downtown Washington, and like us on Instagram and Facebook.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is sponsored by Signs and Tint, Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more. Visit Sign and Tint today at 801 Staten Road in Greenville or book an appointment online at signsandtint.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. Domino's of Greenville has 3 locations to take care of you. Take advantage of the week-long carry-out deal of all 3 topping pizzas for only $7.99. Order online today at Domino's.com. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you on Pirate Radio Live. A couple days away from another Pirate Game Day. ECU and Charleston Southern coming up 6 o'clock on Saturday at Dowdy Ficklin Stadium. We'll be with you 2 o'clock on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. 4 hours of pregame coverage taking you up to the 6 o'clock kickoff. After the game, the U.S. Sailor 5th quarter call-in show. I just realized today that I forgot to play the big calls from the win over Marshall, which we could still do at some point while Ronnie is here or while Tony Collins is here in the 5 o'clock hour. So maybe we'll have time, because it was a fun show after the game. And Ronnie, how shocked were you that ECU was able to pull that one out? I'll give you some credit. Leading up to the game, you were one of the few.
That's right.
Saying ECU had a chance to beat Marshall. I'll give credit to Troy D. He called a win on Friday. But you thought they could hang with them, but down 17 in the 4th quarter, you thought it was over like everybody else, right?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, going into it, I thought they matched up well, especially on the offensive end versus Marshall's defense, because Marshall just wasn't very big. I think I told you last week, like one of their starting linebackers was 200 pounds. The D lines didn't look that imposing just as far as height and weight when I was putting in lineups and stuff. And they found some holes, obviously, with Calhoun and Omatoshu and Snead was good. You know, Keaton Mitchell got loose. Like, they found the right matchups in the secondary. But, yeah, it took – well, the weird thing is, like, they got off to a good start. They scored the first touchdown. You know, the first half, for the most part, was back and forth.
ECU has scored the first touchdown in every game this season.
Yeah. So it was just that third quarter. And now they've been outscored 28-3 in the third quarter.
Didn't we talk about that during the pregame?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, watch out for the third quarter. I don't know why. I said, yeah, when the third quarter ended, I thought I was done because, like, man, this is just like this trend of not playing well after halftime.
I will say, you know, win the middle eight and all that. They did the first part of that with their drive going into the touchdown locker room.
Yeah.
But third quarter has still been a bugaboo for ECU.
They got the ball back, started the second half, went forward on 4th and 2 or 3, didn't get it. And Marshall, to me, too, the Marshall quarterback, I think they thought going into it was a threat. They had a couple receivers, but that running back, Ali, he's a dude. I mean, he's really good. And last year, I think he only had 2 games with carries. So, like, he's still kind of a first-year player, really, in reality. So, I think that was his kind of just coming out party. And I thought that was the storyline of the game, especially in the third quarter and the second half, was like Marshall just hit run after run after run. And, then the fourth quarter happened, and it was – I think Igo told the story when y'all were on the other day. Me and him were trying to get through the elevator and down to the field when ECU was about to score the second touchdown, the Ehlers receiving touchdown. Happened right – literally we were walking onto the field in that corner when Ehlers caught the ball and ran right by me and dove. Like, I think you could even see my bald head, like, on the bottom of the replay because we were right in that corner. And we're kind of like, okay, we didn't, we were traveling down to the field or walking down the field basically like, okay, what's kind of happened? And then the onside kick happened. And then it just was so quick. And, I mean, you got to credit ECU. They went out and made the plays. And then Jaquan McMillan just, gets a pick at the end. He's been so consistent. The run defense for ECU obviously has been pretty inconsistent from week to week, but Jaquan McMillan and some of those guys in the secondary have been just every single week producing big plays. So, I was surprised just that it strung together. Like, all those plays had to happen to win. Like, if you don't get the onside kick, you probably lose. If you don't get the interception at the end, you lose. If you don't get the trick play with Ehlers, they all had to hit.
Marshall had a failed 4th down conversion. Marshall misses a field goal.
Yeah.
Like, everything that had to happen happened.
It did, and that just rarely happens. Like, it's usually, you hit a touchdown or 2 and make the score respectable, but they got just this sequence that everything went right. That, to be honest, just hasn't happened to ECU in a while. I wrote about it in my column earlier this week. There was a play. It didn't end up being a real meaningful play, but in the first half, there was a tipped ball that went to a Marshall receiver, like, in stride. He ran about 30 more yards. It reminded me of the Ehlers interception against South Carolina. There was, like, a ricochet ball that, like, stuff like that is just found ECU in a negative way. And I was like, man, here it is again. You play good defense, and this tipped pass then goes to Marshall. But it finally just flipped for some reason in the fourth quarter where they caught some breaks. The missed field goal, like you said, I think some clock management by Marshall, just not being able to grind out the clock, and the onside kick. So it was a crazy sequence of events, there's no doubt.
So where do you stand on the up-tempo conversation where East Carolina late in the game, got going on offense and got to the line, had the play call, boom, and Donnie Kirkpatrick says that they didn't really go at a faster speed than they did earlier in the game, right? Wasn't that paraphrasing his comments? So
I think my take on it, I think what he's trying to kind of say to some extent is it's dictated on the plays. Like, when you're getting yards and first down, you can run up to the ball and go quick. But when you give up a sack, you're not gonna like pop up. All right, let's get on the ball. It's
Right.
2nd and 16. Like you're kind of gonna regroup.
But early on, let's say in the first quarter, they get a 4-yard run by Harris. What are they gonna do? Run up to the line or chill?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of that's so scripted early that you don't.
Bottom line, it sounds like they don't want to go like
early
hyper speed.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, well, that's their call.
Yeah, I think at the end of the last game, again, it was you were picking up chunks of yardage, so you're naturally like running to the ball.
Well, and at that point, you have to.
Yeah.
Too.
So to me, it's a thing of like the pressure you're facing and the sacks. Like when you give up a sack, you're not going to go tempo.
I totally understand that. You throw an incomplete pass, you don't like
you're
run
not
right
going
back
to fly
to
to
the line.
the ball. So,
but
success kind of builds on success.
Should we put 17 on the board before the game starts by Charleston Southern just to see if ECU?
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
I don't know. It just works so well.
Yeah.
And it's easy to say, but it also sounds like that if you bring that up to the coaches, especially Donnie, like he'll point out times they had miscues while trying to go fast.
Yeah, because you have a guy like his big
lined
thing,
up wrong.
Yeah, his big thing last week were guys running the wrong route against South Carolina. So, and that Mike Houston said, look, he didn't call out specific coaches, but said we need to make sure we simplify things so that guys are not getting too over simulated or whatever. So, yeah, you don't want to go tempo and not have the right personnel in. You run the wrong play and then you kill a drive and you're punting. So, I think it's an on the surface thing. It's easy to kind of point to, well, this worked.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just think, again, the sacks to me, I think it's what App State had 6, South Carolina had 5, and Marshall had 5. Like way too many sacks.
Marshall had 5 in the third quarter. I remember the 5th one because Chandler and I were outside listening to Jeff Charles at that moment on his phone, and it was the 5th of the game, and that was like middle of the third.
Might have been the first drive of the 4th.
Okay, so early in the 4th.
And then
okay.
right after that is when they scored.
Either way, we both commented on Jeff saying, man, he's going down.
And down he goes.
Like in a dejected, this game's over voice.
Yep.
I
mean, that drive where that happened, it was either back-to-back sacks or first down and third down or whatever. It was a 3 and out. And, yeah, it was 17-point lead. ECU just couldn't get much going. And then the final 3 drives after that, 3 touchdowns, and they win. So
just shocking. And the guys who stepped up late in the game, Audio Matosha with some huge catches, got him inside the 10, which set up the Harris go-ahead touchdown late in the game. Shane Calhoun all night had a fantastic game. But a lot of heroes in that game, Ronnie Woodward, and including a guy we haven't talked about a lot this week, but Owen Daffer. I remember after that touchdown saying this is a huge extra point. Like I was terrified of it, and he knocks it in, and because of that, Marshall had to go for 6 rather than 3 to send it into overtime. So you could call Daffer a hero with his onside kick as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. I don't think they win that game without the onside kick. Well, Marshall would have had a shot to get the ball and get 1 first down,
right?
2, and that was it.
We had 3 timeouts left.
Yeah,
those scenarios are tough.
Marshall, did you see how many yards they had that night?
They were gashing us on the ground. They was throwing it all over the field.
You see it all the time. A team kicks it off. So, all right, if they can get 1 stop and they give up first down, they take a knee, and there's your game.
I remember talking to Weaver and Chandler, and when ECU had it down 10 before the big Ehlers play, I said I would kick a field goal right now if I was playing Madden or college football to make it a 1-score game.
Yeah.
And then you save time, and I think that was about the time Tyler Snead hit Ehlers for a touchdown. And all right, well, we could do that too.
Yeah.
That's great too.
Sure.
All right, let's take a time out. We'll come back more with Ronnie Woodward. We'll talk, we'll get an injury update, see what Ronnie knows about the O-line. Pirates seem relatively healthy, knock on wood, going into this game against Charleston Southern. We will look at the over-unders, some of the over-unders Ronnie did before the season started, get a progress report on that, and have more for you here on Pirate Radio Live, hour number 2. We'll take your questions, comments as well if you want to chime in on Facebook Live or give us a call, 317-1250. Back with more after this.
Tommy's Express Car Wash is the car wash Greenville is talking about. At the corner of Red Banks Road and Greenville Boulevard, this state-of-the-art wash will keep your car looking great. And now Tommy's has just launched its new 2.0 Tommy's Express app. And anyone who downloads the app now will receive 30 free days of washing with their top-of-the-line wash, the Works Wash. Download the Tommy's Express app now by going to your app store or visit them on location, open 7 days a week at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ Dance Party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. At Grifols, it adds up fast. New donors can earn up to $1,000 in your very first month. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA, 505 South Memorial Drive, Greenville. Find your donor center at grifolsplasma.com. Make up to $1,000 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay.
Guess what, Greenville? Calzones are back. Community Calzone is the only restaurant in town specializing in calzones. Choose from over 50 different calzones, or you design your own with unlimited options, including vegetarian. Community Calzone also features wings, huge salads, and more. Plus, they deliver to almost everywhere in Pitt County. Located on Greenville Boulevard next to Ashley Furniture Warehouse, they're open for lunch, dinner, and late night for dine-in, pickup, or delivery. It's Community Calzone.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ronnie's Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ronnie's Motorsports, Highway 11 north of the airport in Greenville.
Ahoy, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express. We're here to serve our pirate community by offering easy payments for easy ownership. For you landlubbers, R&R will install a new set of tires for just $20. $50 installs new custom wheels and tires. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Jamie Cuccinella, inviting you and your family to come by Cuccinella's Pizzeria and Italian Ice. Cuccinella's has been serving our special family recipe New York-style pizza since 1932. We think you'll taste the difference in just one bite. When you come in for a pie, don't forget to try our house-made Italian ice or gelato. We make small batches every day from scratch with all fresh ingredients. Cuccinella's on Old Tar Road across from Plant and See, Cuccinellas.com, and on Facebook and Instagram.
What's going on, y'all? This is your man, Petey Pablo, and right now you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Raise up!
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is sponsored by Signs and Tint, Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more. Visit Sign and Tint today at 801 Staten Road in Greenville or book an appointment online at signsandtint.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. Brown and Wood is your home of the best selection of GMC, Cadillac, Buick, and Mazda in Eastern North Carolina for over 83 years. Shop their entire inventory online at brownandwoodauto.com or visit them on Greenville Boulevard today. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Flip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live. Just saw a stat that the Panthers have the longest road covering streak in the NFL. I believe it said 7 in a row.
Wow.
They have covered road games.
It's what we do.
There was also a stat about first-time starters on Thursday Night Football were like 10-2.
5-1.
The spread.
Oh, for the Texans, first career starting quarterbacks are 5-1.
All right, I like that stat.
So
that's on my side.
That's on your side.
What do you got with App State Marshall tonight?
I got nothing. I'm picking App to win, but they do has Marshall 7.5. Took it early in the week. I don't know. What are you feeling on that?
I kind of just want Marshall to win because it'd be cool.
Why would it be cool?
That'd be cool.
App State beat ECU.
Yeah.
ECU beat Marshall, and Marshall beat App State.
That's cool.
It'd be pretty cool.
Cool. Neat story.
It's like Ronnie's Keith LeClaire Classic.
Yeah.
Like who wins the championship?
Who's the best? I don't know. They all went 1-1 against each other. But it would support those. I just think those are good games between those three.
I do too. I think App State is superior to both teams, though.
I agree.
Which is why
the last handful of years.
I think they win tonight. I don't know.
It's at Boone, too.
I'll say this about Marshall. I don't know how good they are. I think they're pretty good, but they are a lot of fun because anytime you get a quarterback that'll throw it 40 yards downfield, no matter the down and distance, it's fun football.
Yeah.
And you got a ankle-breaking running back.
Yeah. No,
if the college game was out, Ronnie, I might play with Marshall.
Yeah.
Might be fun to play with.
I always did the option teams.
Yeah.
It was fun. Try to win the national championship with like Army or Air Force.
Yeah, I miss those. Yep. I saw a meme, one of those like what's he thinking about? Like the girlfriend is looking at the guy and the guy's like staring off into space and like he's probably thinking about another girl, and then it goes to the guy and it said, I'm thinking about my third year in Dynasty coaching Idaho. He specifically said Idaho, which I've had in the past. I know a lot of others have because they have that dome stadium, and you try to build Idaho into a powerhouse.
Yep.
So, anyway.
My roommate in college made Alaska Tech.
Like create a school?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they stopped. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you could still do that on Dynasty in the latest version. But
they're like a top 10 program.
I love creating schools. We'd create like Pitt Community College.
The schedule was crazy too. Like LSU would come to you week 1. You would go to Auburn or something the next week.
Yeah, I always made sure I had an A+ schedule.
Yeah.
I have some tough non-con games for the fans.
Do you technically have some athletic director background?
Sure.
You have some administration
Put it on your
background?
resume.
I mean, we all do. I think at this point. All right, Ronnie Woodward is here. Ronnie, let's look quickly at some over-unders you did before the season, how it's going right now. Wins over 4.5. That win over Marshall certainly saved that one. It makes you feel pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Because you're about to be at 2 after Saturday.
Tulane, you're at 3. You still got Navy on the schedule.
Is Tulane athletic?
Yeah, Tulane's pretty good. I'll admit I was wrong on that.
That is a throwback to last year where people got mad at Ronnie because he
first
said
2 calls in the 5th quarter.
Tulane was not athletic, and they're good. They're good.
Yeah,
you just don't want to wrap your head around them being good.
Yeah,
but they are.
But they're still like
easy.
They're not UCF
Relax.
talent wise and stuff.
Okay,
they're good. Like the scheme, the coach, the quarterback is really really good.
Yeah,
but they're not going to kill you with just speed and athletes everywhere. They're going to out scheme you.
All right, we'll get into that.
Let's calm down.
That game is huge next week.
I'm trying to set up Ronnie for failure.
I know. It's the same setup, though. It's a swing game. ECU's going to be 2-2. They're going to be 2-3.
Oh, yeah. It's like that pretty much every year, right?
Tulane's always the team that they got to beat Tulane and Navy.
Tulane determines our season every year.
Tulane and Navy are the games. If they win those two last year, you're 5-4.
Well, I hope Navy doesn't determine it because we always lose to Navy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, to get to that next level in the league, Tulsa, Tulane, Navy are in that pack.
All right, I'll make a comment. Navy is not athletic.
No.
They are really bad this year.
Yeah, no,
they are rough.
It's been a rough 2 years.
Tough years, Jeff. Points per game, Ronnie, you had ECU under 30.2, which was the line I set. You were looking like a genius the first 2 weeks, and you're still looking okay because the Pirates are averaging 26. Now, that number could take a hit for you this week.
Yeah, it could.
Because I plan on ECU getting into the 30s, 40s. So, we'll see.
Depending on the flow.
ECU's defense, I gave you an over-under. I gave you over-under 34 on the points. Sorry. And you went under. Over-under 32 defense, you took the over. Right now, they're at 30. South Carolina helped that one out quite a bit. And this week's game,
don't see them scoring 30.
Charleston Southern, if they get into the upper 20s, you should probably be concerned, I would think.
Yeah.
A couple others. Let's go. Ayler's interceptions. I went over under 9.5. You took the over. I think you had him right around 10, and right now he's at 3.
Yeah.
So
I want to be close.
Looking like could be an over, especially once you start playing some tougher defenses, playing road games, things like that. Rajee Harris rushing touchdowns over under 6.5. You took the under, and Harris right now, did he score his first the other night? He did. He has that one touchdown on the year through 3 games. Tyler Snead catches over under 73.5. You went under. That was a scary one.
14.
He's at 14 right now through 3 games. So
what was the one about the third receiver?
Number of receptions for ECU's third leading receiver. Over under 32.5. You went over. And right now, CJ is at 9 as the third leading receiver.
Yes, Keaton Mitchell is helping.
Told you I liked him catching the ball this year.
And we had something about that, too. Keaton Mitchell yards.
Keaton Mitchell catches over under 14.5.
Oh, man. He's at 11. I took the over, right?
He had 11 last season. He's at 11 right now. You took the over.
Oh, man.
So you are...
cash that one in.
That's going to be a winner for you right there. Let's see. I did the same bet with Igo. Number of receptions for ECU's leading tight end, over under 14.5. You took the over. Through 2 weeks, ECU had combined for 1 tight end reception.
Yeah.
But 8 with Calhoun on Saturday. Puts him in a pretty good spot.
I think so.
So Calhoun did not have a catch going into last week. Ryan Jones had the tight end catch.
He had 7 catches against... Didn't he have 7 against Marshall? So he must have had 1.
I think he had 8 for 114 and a touchdown against Marshall.
Okay. I'm
pretty sure. And Ryan Jones had the other catch. So you took the over. Looks like you're on pace to be right there. Here, this one hurts you, Ronnie. Who has the most interceptions for ECU this year?
DJ Ford.
DJ Ford had one in his hands. Were you on the field at that point? I guess you were.
I was right in front of it, yeah.
And judging by his reaction, I say he should have caught it. Judging by his reaction, he also says he should have caught it because he kind of slammed the ground.
It would have been a really good
play. It would have been a good play.
Yeah, it was one of those.
This is like he had to come pretty far over.
He's kind of full stride, had to leap. Like, would have been a Ed Reed style, like leaping, interception, full go. But he got his hands on it.
Jaquan McMillan already at 2.
God, he gets a pick or a fumble recovery like every game or something.
And you knew that, but you like to be different.
Yeah,
so you went with DJ Ford.
I should have gone conventional there. Jeremy Lewis did I have for sacks?
No, you had Rick DeBrew.
No, I don't think that's going to happen. He might have 1. Like, everybody has 1.
Jeremy Lewis has 1. Rick DeBrew has 1.
Okay.
Rick DeBrew's a pretty rocked up guy.
Thank you,
Surod Ware leads with 2, right?
Did not have that happening.
No. Surod.
They were commenting on his name.
It's a cool name.
On the broadcast the other night. Have you gone back and watched the broadcast at all?
No, I haven't.
They were like, Surad. I like that name. He's rad. He's bad.
Cool name.
That's what they said.
Surad is bad.
Surad is bad. Tegan Silk. Tegan Wilkes all over the damn place.
He's good. Man, he is good.
What a great strip by him.
Yeah.
And then we ended up not doing anything on the offensive possession, and they actually went and scored to make it 17-point game. But still a great effort by Tegan Silk.
Jeremy Lewis, 2 forced fumbles on the year.
He's done his thing on first year in defense.
He has done his thing.
It's all about the ball.
Ball out. Ball.
That's right.
Ball's out.
Pirates have been opportunistic with that this year, Ronnie, and took advantage of Marshall's kind of carelessness with the football.
Yeah, it's weird, too. South Carolina had a touchdown, same thing. At the goal line, ECU guy from the back stripping it out. So, I think last week we said, like, oh, that's not going to happen again. You can't count on that. And the same exact thing happened.
They're kind of freak things, but also, like, good teams make those happen and make it a habit. Like, it becomes an identity of their defense.
Because if you try and, like, tackle the guy, you're going to tackle him into the end zone. Like, at that point, just try and get the ball.
Right.
Just try, and if you miss, you miss. He's literally scoring either way. And, yeah, 2 great plays at the goal line.
Ronnie Woodward joining us. We'll take another timeout, come back, have one more segment with Ronnie, get his thoughts on what's going to happen this weekend at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium and more. We'll look around college football, talk about some other matchups and other things going on when we return on Pirate Radio Live on a Thursday. Back with you after this.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, are you ready for some Warren's hot dogs? Warren's Original Hot and Judy's Mild Sweet Chili Hot Dogs have been the official hot dog of sports fans for over 30 years. Pick up a tailgate special this football season of 10 or more hot dogs for only $1.50 each. Warren's in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the new Chakawinity location next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
Pirate football looks to make it 2 in a row this week as East Carolina hosts Charleston Southern. It's the Pirates Painted Gold game. Tickets start as low as $20. Celebrate Family Weekend with a Pirate victory this week at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. Let's get rowdy and dowdy. East Carolina and Charleston Southern Saturday at 6 p.m.
You can paint this one purple.
Come pop a top this ECU football season at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday, or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov. The Rick House, Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar, has great specials throughout the week, like $10 Tuesdays. Get 8 traditional wings and a draft beer for just $10. Wednesday night is date night, 2 salads, an appetizer, a bottle of wine, 2 entrees, and a dessert for just $55. Friday is smokehouse night with the best ribs and brisket around. Saturday is Italian night featuring all of our made-from-scratch pastas along with 2 glasses of wine. And on Sunday is the legendary brunch from 10 to 2. The Rick House, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
I can't live another day without air conditioning. Either you get it fixed or I'm out of here.
What? We have fans. Come on, hon. It's not that bad.
I am hot. The kids are hot. Even the dog is hot. Get the AC fixed or get a new train system installed.
Fine. I'll call Delcor, the service professionals. Is that okay, babe?
Yes. Just do it. Like now. Replace our old system or else I may replace you.
Okay. I'll call today and get a new train system because, it's hard to stop a train.
Mom, are you really going to replace Dad?
No, he just needs to know who's boss around here.
You're the boss, Mom.
Right now, get $50 off your AC repair by mentioning the code #BeCool. Or go to DelcorINC.com for special trade financing offers.
Delcor, the service professionals and marriage savers.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
This is former ECU baseball player and mayor of Greenville, PJ Connolly, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is sponsored by Signs and Tint, Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more. Visit Sign and Tint today at 801 Staten Road in Greenville or book an appointment online at signsandtint.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. UBE has been an ECU tradition for over 50 years. Shop online anytime at pirateware.com. UBE has been the biggest and best selection of ECU sportswear and accessories for Pirates of all ages. Every day is game day at UBE. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Ronnie Woodward is hanging out, hour number 2 of the program. Touchdown Tony Collins will be in to talk some Pirate football, some Patriots, NFL, and more. Coming up in hour number 3, we still got a lot of Mike Houston and Donnie Kirkpatrick comments to get to. And if we have time, the big calls. Ronnie, do you want to talk to me or hear big calls for like 5 or 6 minutes?
It's up to you.
Okay. Chandler, what do you want to do? I'm not good at making decisions.
Calls?
It's up to you.
Let's hit them real quick.
Let's do the calls.
All right, we'll hit the calls because I forgot to do this. We ran out of time Monday. Totally forgot Tuesday, Wednesday, and luckily I saw it on the board today that we just hadn't got to. And we might look. We don't get a lot of wins like this. Come from behind, road, underdog, on Facebook. You know, all those things don't happen every week, folks.
Get us pumped up for this weekend.
Yeah, hopefully this will be a precursor to what's coming up. I don't think people will be as excited this Saturday, simply because you're supposed to beat this team. And it won't be a shock if and when the Pirates knock off Charleston Southern. But let's hear from some of the excitement from back on Saturday night after the Pirates come from behind win over Marshall.
The big calls of the 5th quarter.
Let's start with Colin in Charlotte. Hey, Colin.
Hey, how are y'all?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. Fantastic.
Telling you, I don't know how to act, and I'll be honest with you, I was one of the ones who wrote us off before this game, but I tell you what, I will eat crow for sure, because I couldn't be happier. I was texting people on that drive when we were down 17 saying we're going to win this game. I was joking, but you know, I'll take this all days of the week. It's awesome to see this team that doesn't have a winning culture come back and find a way to win this game. I think that's the part that I was most frustrated about with the South Carolina game. Just not being able to close that out, because it will take a game like this to spark something. You know, I was one of the ones who wrote off Holton. I'm glad to see him shove it in my face. I'll take that all days of the week.
All right, let's go to Brooks in Wake Forest next. What's up, Brooks?
Clipper, really good to hear your voice, man.
What's up, Brooksy?
Well, man, you know, props to Colin with eating his words. I'm really glad the first caller was the first person to say that he had turned his back on the Pirates and they shut him up. And I hope more people will call in, because we had a 3-hour show last week and we'll do the same tonight. You got to put your money where your mouth is and call in, salute the team after a great effort. And I think they finally put the definition in no quarter that they have on the back of their helmets this year, not giving up any points in the 4th quarter.
Let's go to Cameron in Greenville next. Hey, Cameron.
How about them Pirates, baby? How about them Pirates?
I like that better than how about them Cowboys any day.
ECU history. I mean, that may beat out, I mean, not in terms of wins, but in terms of, like, comeback and time left in the fourth quarter, that has to beat out the Peach Bowl. But all I got to say is this. I don't know what got into this team in the fourth quarter, but when we turned into a pass-first, run-second offense and we started to get some tempo, it completely changed the way we were playing this game. Holton keeps playing like he did today. We have a chance to really turn something into this season. I'm just so proud of this team. I'm proud to be a Pirate, baby, because when you go to East Carolina, you go for it every time, baby, every time. So let's go. I'm ready for next week. We're going to beat Charleston Southern. Let's lock in. And when we play Tulane in 2 weeks, or whenever it is, I want to see at least 45,000 people in Dowdy for the stadium because we have a chance at a new season starting today. Roll Pirates, baby.
Let's go to Monica in Greenville. Hey, Monica.
Hey, guys. I am asking myself what's happening again this week, but it's not because I saw a rerun. I saw some playmaking today, and I just want to call out, wow, 2 really nice playmakers that we haven't seen before, Calhoun and Omatosho. Donnie Kilpatrick must have been on the hot seat because he pulled out some weapons tonight, and it's so good to see something new and inspiring on the field. And we see what Holton can do when we get away from the reruns, and we see some new players and some playmakers on the field, and we've got 2 new weapons in Calhoun and Omatosho.
Mason in Richmond. Hey, Mason.
Hey, guys. Thank you for having me on. I'm pumped up. I'm fired up for this Pirate win. This is a great comeback win. I'm really excited. But I do have one complaint. You know, it wouldn't be a fifth quarter call-in show without a complaint. I never want to watch an East Carolina football game on Facebook Live again. I watch and listen to Pirate Radio on Facebook Live all day long, but not a football game. That was, I thought that was kind of disgraceful. I'm sure Conference USA might have a little hookup with them, but...
Well, Marshall's got to be pissed because, did you see the upcoming schedule? It's like all Marshall games on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm glad we don't play for the Conference USA.
All right, let's try Taylor and Wilson. Hey, Taylor.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How y'all doing tonight?
Great.
Man, I just cannot believe that we just actually won that football game. I mean, like an hour ago, I was like, man, I cannot wait to hear the call-in show. It's going to be crazy. But it's so much better right now that, like, it is just crazy that we won the game. I want to thank you guys for the coverage, and I'm not going to call in and complain about nothing. Let's go. Next weekend, beat Charleston Southern. Let's go.
Let's go next to Sean in Greenville. Hey, Sean.
Hey, Clip. I was in shock, too, but it's starting to set in. And, boy, does it feel good. What a win. We needed this. Pirate Nation needed it. Our team needed it. And I wasn't in the locker room after the game, but I bet there were 2 game balls, and one was for Holton. I mean, he took so many shots over the past week, and for him to play like he did today, what a gamer. And the other game ball, I don't know if this has been said yet, but Miles Berry lost his father this week, and he played a great game today. And I just couldn't be happy for those 2 guys. They've been here for 4 years. What a team effort. Pirate Nation, enjoy it. I'll hang up and listen. Clip, Billy, appreciate you guys. Shirley, appreciate you too.
Let's go to Isaac in Greenville. Hey, Isaac.
Hey.
Hello.
Clip, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, man?
Not much. We're here in Greenville right now. There ain't really much to say other than that. Go Pirates, and we got a good win tonight. Definitely the biggest comeback, since you said, since the Peach Bowl. So we're doing pretty good, I do believe.
That we are. Hope you're doing good, too. You had a few?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Oh, yeah. Hey, we got one more thing to say from all of us. Hey, come on. We got to say go Pirates. Come on. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Go Pirates!
Hey, that was awesome. That was awesome. We want to be where you're at.
Yeah.
Wherever that is, we want to be there.
Sounds like a big crew.
Hey, we're over at the Carolina Creek.
That's awesome.
All right.
That's awesome.
Isaac, thank you, man. Appreciate it. There's Isaac in Greenville. I was a little worried about where that was going, but the payoff was great. That was fantastic.
That was awesome.
TJ in Lexington's up next. Hey, TJ.
All I want to say is if you ain't first, you're last, and tonight we didn't come in last. This is right. I'm surrounded by Pirates right here with big smiles on their face. And we've been patient. We are big fans, but we're going to keep watching. We're going to go to Charleston next week. We're going to win big, and we're going to do the same thing at Tulane. I'm excited.
Let's go to James in Wilmington. Hey, James.
Hey guys, we did it! We won one! It's like Bob Seger says. It felt like we were running against the wind a little bit tonight. But guess what? We were like a rock. As strong as we could be.
Owen is up in Tampa, Florida. What's up, Owen?
Hey, Clip. Hey, do you see I got you up on the big screen tonight?
I do. I feel special. Thank you, man.
Yeah. Thank God for radio, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, have I cracked your screen yet? You gonna make an ugly fat joke or something, Owen? Go ahead.
Nah. That's too easy, man.
Low hanging fruit, baby.
Get on with your damn call.
Hey, it's good to talk to you guys after a win for a change, though. I've never been able to do that with Billy. It's always a loss.
That's right. Hey, I was afraid they were going to run me out of town if we went 0-3.
Oh, we were 0-3. I had one hell of a rant lined up.
Yeah, you're freestyling. You had prepared material, but this one didn't go as planned, did it?
No. We're off the script today, boys. We go and we beat Charleston Southern next week or whatever, and that puts us at 2-2. 6-6 is not out of reach, and that's really all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for a conference championship this year. Let's just get to 6-6 and make a bowl game.
All right, Owen and Tampa capping it off. A really fun edition. I've missed those shows, and we got one on Saturday night where everybody's in a good mood and happy after a Pirate victory. And we expect another Pirate victory coming up on Saturday, Ronnie Woodward. And you said something during the break a moment ago that I've brought it up this week. Who do you want to see play that you haven't seen in games so far this season? Because you hope East Carolina can get a lead, be up enough in the late third, fourth quarter where they can get some other guys in the game. So who are some of those guys you want to see?
For me, it starts with Pop McKay, freshman running back. He had a good preseason, had a good scrimmage. I think it was the last preseason scrimmage Donnie Kirkpatrick mentioned last night. He's had a good week of practice, so that could lead to some things. I think it's a good game if you can. Especially Keaton Mitchell limped off a little bit last week in the second half. To get those two backs some rest and let a freshman running back see what he can do. So
I wasn't going to disagree with you, but your point of it would be nice to have a third guy so you didn't have to have those guys playing every down. And they're playing great. We want them in every play, but I think back to last year, it was Harris, right, that had an injury, and I don't know if he hit the proverbial freshman wall or whatever, but that happens. During a season, you're going to need to not limit touches, but you don't want those guys getting hit. You'd love to have a third option. You'd love to see a third option step up even when those guys are healthy. You know what I'm saying? And who knows? We don't know who that is because Harris and Mitchell have been so good, and they've been able to remain on the field. It's been great through 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think it's a second half type thing. Or if you get an early lead, maybe you put them in for a couple carries or something. But I do think it's a second half. Once you get maybe a multiple touchdown lead, it makes sense to rest those guys and see what McKay can do. And obviously Mason Garcia, this would be a good game. Again, same situation. If you're able to rest Ehlers, he's been hit a lot. He's going to get hit a lot the rest of the year. That makes sense. But for me, it's McKay because we've seen at least Garcia last year. We saw the Navy game. But McKay we haven't seen in real game action. And I think he's got some talent. So that tops the list for me. There's some guys on defense, obviously, even like a Travion Freshwater or Taylor Jackson plays a decent amount with some of these young linebackers maybe. But, yeah, I'll definitely say McKay. Like to see him get some carries.
East Carolina going to face a mobile quarterback, a dual-threat quarterback. We were talking about it earlier, I guess really for the first time this year.
Definitely.
So that'll be a challenge for him. And talking earlier in the show with David Shelton, who covers Charleston Southern, I was going to ask him, he brought it up before I could. It sounded like their quarterback, Chambers, runs more just out of the scramble than out of design runs.
Okay.
So it might be kind of a little backyard feel to it.
Yeah.
If the pass rush either forces him out or doesn't get to him at all, and then he scrambles and makes moves with his legs. So that's something to keep an eye on because it's something different, something ECU hasn't faced this year.
Yeah, no, and that makes sense because Mike Houston mentioned that, I think, on Tuesday, they run the scramble drill a lot, and Marshall hit on that early against ECU on Saturday. So that can also lead to deep passes. That's
how Marshall got him, right?
Yeah,
I remember that. I was saying, this isn't good. This isn't good.
Yep.
And Coach Harrell also said yesterday when we were talking to him that he was very familiar with this quarterback. I think he said he even recruited him. And has played these group of players both at the Citadel and Kennesaw State.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
he's well aware of what he can do. So
yeah, and it sounds like if you shut him down and keep him kind of confined, you're going to be okay. So I'm sure the game plan is heavy on doing that. But I think the scramble drill is something to watch, not only with his legs, but those deep passes, taking some shots down the field. The cornerbacks will have to be aware of that.
Maybe a big Gyra game,
Chandler's guy.
Let's go.
That guy in the linebacker / safety spot or whatever, Warren Saba.
The problem with the Gyra thing is Tegan Wilk plays his position. So a lot of times if Wilk is on the field, that means Gyra's out. So they kind of rotate a lot.
And a lot of these players are still freshmen. So I think they want to see them get, as they're improving right now, to see them stay on the field and continue to prove as long as they're not getting hurt, beat up too bad.
Ronnie Woodward will join us Saturday on the Bud Light pregame tailgate, as we'll take you up to the 6 o'clock kickoff. Ronnie, we will see you then.
Sounds good.
You're going to watch, you're a college guy. You're probably going to be all over App State Marshall and not the Panthers-Texans tonight, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I haven't officially sent the proposal to the wifey, but I'm hoping I can claim the living room, TV, get the App State Marshall, get the kid to bed, have a few hours to do that.
All right, good luck.
I'm hoping it works because I haven't had a whole lot of those good sports nights to watch. It's tough with the 4-month-old at home.
Good luck with all that. Ronnie, we'll talk to you Saturday.
All right.
We got touchdown Tony Collins in the green room. He is set to join us for hour 3 of today's show. We'll talk to Tony about the Pirates' come-from-behind victory. We do have a busted guarantee to talk about with Tony from earlier in the year. We got some Patriots to talk about. We got a lot. We'll have a lot of fun with Tony Collins coming up in hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. More on our Bud Light ECU report and more for you because we got a giveaway. We'll open up the booty bag in hour 3 as well. It's all ahead when we return after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Amanda Houston, and when it came time to make the game-winning play for relaxation at our house, I made the right call to Jamie Lang and Carolina Hardscapes. Jamie and his team built the backyard oasis of our dreams with a beautiful custom paver patio, outdoor lighting, and fireplace. Make your backyard incredible and call Carolina Hardscapes today at 364-1201 or visit their showroom on Fire Tower Road across from Bostic Suck. Go Pirates!
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Burgers, wings, hand-cut, hand-breaded chicken tenders, fresh salads, and cold beer is the starting lineup at Tiebreakers and has been keeping customers happy for 20 years. Tiebreakers family atmosphere is the perfect place to come watch your favorite team play while enjoying a great lunch or dinner. In a hurry or looking for catering options? Get Tiebreakers to go. That now includes the new curbside pickup by ordering online at tiebreakersnc.com. Tiebreakers.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com.
It's bow time. We put a whole lot of love into a Bojangles sausage and egg biscuit bundle of joy. First, we coddle our fluffy scratch biscuits until they're softer than an only child. Then we shower sausage patties with bold seasoning and genuine compliments. And finally, we tuck that food baby into a warm blanket of fluffy egg. Get 2 sausage and egg biscuits for just $4. 'Cause if it's breakfast time, it's bow time.
I'm on site at the Gavigan Agency with commercial insurance specialist Nathan Brannon. Nathan, tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do at the Gavigan Agency.
Great to talk with you, Brian. I'm a graduate of East Carolina University and a proud pirate. As you mentioned, I'm a commercial insurance agent for the Gavigan Agency and specialize in offering general liability, commercial property, business auto, and workers' compensation insurance to independent contractors, small business owners, and larger commercial customers throughout Eastern North Carolina.
Wow, sounds like the Gavigan Agency can provide just about any coverage a business owner may need.
That's right, Brian. The Gavigan Agency is a fully independent insurance agency with access to the top insurance carriers in the region, and we offer a full host of insurance products to provide for our customers' personal and business insurance needs.
So give the Gavigan Agency a call today and let them show you the benefits of doing business with someone who cares.
Pirates, insuring pirates. Arrgh.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you one who has been waiting before trying CBD? ENS Hemp is the area leader in CBD, and they want to educate you on how their products work. Get relief from stress, anxiety, fatigue, pain, and PTSD today at ENS Hemp on Fire Tower Road near Sam Jones Barbecue, or online at eshempcompany.com. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, it is Thursday. Clip Rock here. Touchdown, Tony Collins in the Pirate Radio studios. Tony, good to see you.
Good to be here.
After a Pirate win.
Yes.
On Saturday night.
What a great game to watch.
So you watched the first half at Troy D's.
Uh-huh.
Now, did you leave to try to change the mojo? Did you get tired of Troy? Did he kick you out? What happened there?
Yeah, I mean, Troy fell asleep a couple of times in the second quarter, so I was like, man, this is not what I came over here for. I know he probably was tired early in the day, being with his kids and stuff. So.
Okay.
So at halftime, I just went home and drank a couple beers and watched it by myself.
So you watched the end. You watched the whole way through. You never gave up.
No, well, see, third quarter. I'm gonna tell you what happened in the third quarter. Third quarter, I was watching it outside smoking a cigar. Third quarter comes, we get down. I was like, man. So I go inside, come back outside, and I started watching the fourth quarter. And I just kept watching, man. It was a fantastic game, fantastic comeback.
Pirates had scored, Tony, 19 points week 1, 17 week 2. Then they scored 21 in 7.5 minutes. It didn't make any sense. It came out of nowhere, but man, that thing got clicking, and it was awesome to watch. Pirates now 1-2, and it's not quite Elon, but it's Charleston Southern coming up this Saturday. Tony, looks like another Pirate win. I would think.
Let me tell you something. I guarantee we win that game on Saturday. That's one of my guarantees right now. I'm putting it down. Put it down right now. We will beat.
Charleston Southern.
The second, the Elon team?
Yeah.
Elon, right?
Well,
we're not playing Elon?
It's Elon-ish.
Elon-ish?
Yeah. Elon-ish. It's Elon's cousin. second cousin on the mother's side.
I guarantee we win on Saturday, man.
Speaking of guarantees, Tony.
Oh, yeah.
We've got the official from the game, Duke's Mayo.
Yeah, I see it.
That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it is.
We have to wait till Troy's here to go through with the actual punishment. But we came up with, I think Glenn, I'm going to give him credit on it.
Thanks, Glenn.
If the Pirates did not beat Appalachian State, Tony would have to put mayonnaise on his bald head. I believe that was the it'll probably come from this official bottle jar, but we got to wait.
Does mayonnaise make your hair grow?
Who knows? You could be like a lab rat. You never know what could happen, Tony, once you put this on your head. It could be like a skin. You might start using it for all over your skin. Who knows? It might replenish your skin or something. But you are going to pay off that bet.
Yeah, I'm a man of my word. I'll definitely pay off my bet.
So we'll have.
But we got another guarantee coming up this week, though.
Now, what happens if you don't win this one?
Come on, man.
Because if you don't,
come on, man.
We got way bigger problems.
If we don't win this week, I'm coming in here butt naked and just running around the whole radio station butt naked.
Usually, I would be opposed to that, but I feel so confident that will not happen that I'll say, all right, I'm okay with it. Pirates are going to get a win this week.
Yeah, no question.
Let's hear from Mike Houston. Tony. Mike Houston's 0-3 against this team they're about to play. I'm just saying. Now, that's when he was at the Citadel.
Yeah.
So it's a little different, but he's had some issues with them. They have a dual threat quarterback. We've talked about him here on the show in the previous couple hours. Let's hear Mike Houston's take on the dual threat quarterback we'll be seeing. Cut 3, Chandler.
It's a challenge. I mean, it changes everything. It's the most dangerous thing, and I'm a defensive kind of mindset guy. So I mean, to me that's the most challenging thing because he is very dynamic with the ball in his hands. He can make something out of nothing, and so you have to account for him every single play. And so he did some good things last week. He really played well against the Citadel. He's an experienced kid. I mean, he graduated from high school in 2016, so he's an older guy, very experienced. So, we got to do a great job with him Saturday.
All right, there's Mike Houston talking about the opposing team's quarterback, Chambers. How about the play of Holton Ahlers Saturday night, who showed he was dual threat? I guess triple threat, as Jenny would say, because he caught a touchdown pass from Tyler Snead. What do you think of Ahlers' play?
Hey, man, I'm really happy for the kid. I've been watching him since high school, and, he was getting some of the fans were getting on him about, his play, but I think he kind of found his spot in the fourth quarter last week and just had a great game. I don't know, has anybody ever did that before? Catch a touchdown pass, throw a touchdown pass, and run a touchdown pass? We have done that before?
I saw a thread on this on Hoist the Colors. I thought Dwayne Harris did it, but I think he had a rushing and a passing in one game, but he didn't have a receiving. I don't know if anybody's hit the three-peat.
I can't think about anybody off of the top of my head.
Now, did Ahlers do all...
What about Summers?
Yeah, he did. He threw a touchdown pass. He caught a touchdown pass.
Did he run one?
And he ran
nobody's ever.
He ran one. That was to cut it to 10.
I know someone posted that somewhere.
He ran one in. He caught one and he threw. Yeah.
That's where I got it from.
Now I don't know, Tony. That's a good question.
Yeah, man, we got to look that up. That's pretty cool right there.
Yeah, that's some history. How about the playmakers stepping up? Shirley says Shane Carden did it. That must have been in the bowl game, I guess.
That was the I want to say the Beef O'Brady's Bowl against Ohio.
Where he caught one from, was it Hardy that threw it?
It was actually Cam Worthy.
Cam Worthy threw him a touchdown. He made a great catch on it, too.
Yes.
If I recall.
He actually was contested.
Yeah. So there you go. Asked and answered.
There you go.
That's what we do. Tony, how about the weapons stepping up? We know all about Tyler Snead, C.J. Johnson at this point. But we finally got a tight end involved, Tony. We've been asking for it, wanting it. Shane Calhoun, 8 catches, 100-plus yards and a touchdown.
That's fantastic. I mean, that takes a lot of pressure off the receivers on the outside. When you have a tight end that can do something like that. So I think it's great for us, but I still want to see more of a running game. We need to rush for at least 200 yards against these guys.
Well, we got the stats I should say, a tad skewed because of the 88-yard run that Keith Mitchell had. But the run game wasn't there the whole night against Marshall. But what they are doing, Tony, even when they can't run, is throwing the ball to these guys out of the backfield, which has become, that's another thing we were clamoring for. That's become a big part of this offense, Mitchell and Harris catching balls.
And those guys are good at coming out of the backfield. I love when Mitchell gets the ball in his hand because you never know what this kid's going to do. So they're looking real good right now.
How about Marshall's running back breaking ankles the other night? That's a bad dude.
He's pretty good. He's kind of young, too, ain't he?
Yeah. He is a freshman, I guess a COVID freshman. You could call it, but man, we had a lot of good, talented young running backs on display in that game on Saturday night. I mentioned it a moment ago. Mike Houston's had a checkered past with these Charleston Southern Buccaneers. He talked about the history and playing this current team. Cut 7, Chandler.
Well, it was always a big game for us when I was at that level, and it's no matter who we were playing, and so the kids, they always got up for those games, and so. I have no doubt we're going to get their best shot. They're a well-coached football team. We don't need to do anything different. I mean, we got to prepare for them no differently than we did. Appalachian, South Carolina, Marshall, anybody else on our schedule. We got to prepare the same way every week. Because you can't cheat the game, and that's been one of my things all week with the kids is you can't cheat the game. You got to put in the work. If you don't put in the work, you're not going to get the results. And so, for us, it really does not matter who we're playing. We got to prepare at a certain level, and we're going to play to a certain standard, and that's our expectations.
All right, I like the message from Mike Houston, a message, Tony, you probably heard from all your coaches, right? You can't take anybody lightly.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Got to put the work in.
Let me tell you something. All coaches are politically correct. You know what he's really thinking? We're going to whoop their ass.
We better win by 45?
We're going to whoop their ass and say that. That's what he's really thinking.
Well, that's what the players are thinking, right? Or saying.
Of course. They got to think that way.
But, look, ECU's not in a position to take anyone.
No, you can't. You can't at this point of the season. You can't take anybody for granted right now because we don't know what they got. Or I don't know. I know they watch film on them, whatever. But it's a game that we should win and we should win big.
All right, Chris had a suggestion for if the guarantee doesn't come through. Tony should have to do the Charleston in a tutu at the stadium. Now, I know that's a dance. Does anybody know what exactly the Charleston is?
It's a dance. It's like slow dance. I know it's a kind of a fast dance. But you got to do the Charleston with a partner.
Yeah.
So I got to have a partner. You're going to be my partner with the other tutu on?
Troy can do that.
Troy would be glad to.
Hey, that sounds like something he'd be really into.
Troy would love it. Now he's hoping we'd lose.
The Charleston dance. I'm going to YouTube it real quick.
Yeah, I'll do the Charleston dance if we lose.
Okay.
That's how confident I am.
Yeah. Pirates are going to...
It's not your first time in a tutu either. It wouldn't be.
Unfortunately not.
I've never been in a tutu before.
What's a unicorn?
I thought you had a bet that you had.
It wasn't a tutu. It was I had a
remember the
sports bra.
Oh.
It was a sports bra. Never a tutu.
Not for your little grandbaby?
That's a unicorn.
Oh, that looks fun, Tony. That'd be a cool dance.
Yeah. That's the Charleston right there.
Getting it right there. All right. I still have a great picture of me putting a dollar bill in Tony's bra, which is
a sight to behold.
Yeah, I need that one removed from the record. Tony Collins is here. Pirates play 6 o'clock. You gonna be there, Tony?
Actually, I'm going to the Patriot game this week, so I'm gonna catch homecoming next week.
That's an excused absence. Go to Foxborough, see the Patriots. We'll talk about the Pats and Mac Jones coming up later on in the show. Let's hear at least one chunk of Donnie Kirkpatrick. Oh, I got to pull this up for Tony. So this is what the first question will be referring to. So we're celebrating the win last Saturday, Tony, after the game on the 5th quarter. Mm-hmm. I'm browsing Twitter, and I see, Donnie Kirkpatrick's tweeting right after the game, the offensive coordinator. What's he talking about? He tweets this, Tony. East Carolina coaches walking into work Sunday morning.
No, he did.
Yes, he did.
He was so proud of it. He was so...
I love it.
They've been hearing some heat, Tony. You talk about Ehlers getting some heat. These coaches, Donnie's been getting some heat. He was fired up after the game. How you like that?
Yeah, that's great, man. Yeah. Donnie definitely been getting some heat about his play calling, so I'm glad for him.
So that's the first question. I think Ronnie Woodward brought that up, and then you'll hear more from Donnie Kirkpatrick, number one, Chandler.
You sent out a tweet, I think, after the game.
I did?
Saturday night, about how the coaches were going to come in Sunday to watch film and practice. I guess y'all were feeling pretty good, especially on the offensive side of the ball, right?
Well, I think we're all feeling pretty good. I think, what we've learned is winning's better than losing. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody enjoyed that a little bit. Yeah, I got a ghostwriter, that kind of works for me. I got some guys that's kind of an inside joke among the staff a little bit there that we enjoy and get a chuckle out of. And that was something that we enjoy. I don't know if anybody else enjoyed it or not. We did. Yeah, we did. We did. I thank you for that. I appreciate that. That's good.
It was good.
Yeah.
Fifth quarter liked it. Collins show liked it.
Who did?
Fifth quarter liked it. Collins show.
I'm glad to see they finally were in a good mood about something. I heard they hadn't been too happy. I don't know.
You guys seem to have a bit of an epiphany in terms of opening up this offense. I know you opened it up a little bit, but you really looked like people kind of want you to do last week.
Well, we didn't do anything different. That's the thing. I know you're saying they got more open. They caught the ball. You know what I'm saying? He threw the ball where he was supposed to throw it, and they caught it. And you know what I'm saying? We didn't run the ball great. We had a long run. That was good, like that. But consistently, I wish we would have run it better. But we didn't do anything different. We didn't go any faster. We didn't do anything different. We just played better. We didn't drop the ball as much. We still had one drop. We didn't drop his ball. And the guys got open. Now, we matched up a little better. You know what I'm saying? It's a game of matchups with personnel. And that's why you see some games are high-scoring games, and then there are some games they're low-scoring games. And sometimes it's not got anything to do with the difference in the two teams, who's better and who's worse, maybe, or by how much. Sometimes it's how you match up. And we matched up well with their players. And going into the game, I thought we would be able to get open, and I thought Houghton would play well. I knew he would throw the ball better, and he did. And that's kind of what happened. You know what? So we made more plays, we made more yards. Obviously, we scored more points. But those plays have been there. Those plays have been there. We just haven't been making those plays. That's what we talked about at Appalachian. We should have had 38, 39 points. Now, the officials got involved in the Appalachian game a little bit. I mean, a 63-yard run they took back, a Hail Mary pass. It was still a Hail Mary pass that he caught. They took that back. We scrambled to do a touchdown. They took that one back. So, that was something we couldn't control. Actually, there were plays that were made that got taken away from us there. But that's really what it was. Somebody said, I like the way you played faster in the fourth quarter. I was like, we didn't play any faster. We just moved it more, so we had to get down there. Now, somebody told me we didn't have a third down the last two drives. So that's when you're playing well. It means you're gaining more yards. So, it's going quicker because you're gaining more yards. But we were in the same tempo that we always are. In fact, when we really, really went fast tempo 2 or 3 times, we screwed 2 of the 3 up. We got lined up wrong. We had a guy there who got lined up wrong, and that actually slowed us down, and we were actually trying to play faster.
Donnie, you've been around at some other programs in the area. Can you speak to the need for an indoor practice facility for ECU?
Well, I do think it's a must. I really do think it's a must. I think if you looked at the schools in this state, we would be by far way behind. I know Appalachian's got one. I know all the ACCs, have them, and so I don't know who else. But, just today we were very fortunate. You know what I'm saying? We were ready to go indoors. And I don't know how much, you can't play football in the gym like that very well. So we would have lost a day of practice today, but we were very fortunate to get that done. Luckily, we do have the turf so that if the grass got wet, we were able to do that. But it's something that is really become a necessity. It's a huge recruiting tool. That's a whole other side of it right there. But just so that you can get your work done and you can be prepared, because you can't go out there not prepared. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't practice something, you're not going to be very good at it.
Donnie Kirkpatrick there talking indoor practice facility, the offense, and the fifth quarter callers being happy for once. That was a good thing. Tony, it almost sounds like we get a lot of calls and comments, and I myself like to see when East Carolina's up-tempo playing fast, and we want to see that all the time, the whole game. And every time Donnie's asked about it, he kind of pushes back like, well, we're kind of going the same speed, and when we try to go too fast, we screw up. So it just sounds like they don't really want to commit to playing that style of football. And, whatever works, but it does feel like when they're moving fast, obviously it clicks. Something goes better.
I mean, especially the passing game, but I really feel in order for us to win more games, we gotta have a running attack, man. It's just something that we're not going to get around. I know Holton is a great quarterback, but without a running game in this conference that we're in, it's just hard to win without that.
You want to see more of that than to go the up tempo. You'd rather see us.
No, don't get me wrong. I love the up tempo. I love the points being scored.
Yeah,
but we have to establish some type of running attack.
Well, they should be able to do that this week against a Charleston Southern defense. We'll be with you 2:00 Saturday on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. We'll talk more Pirate football. We'll get Tony's we'll get a score prediction before he gets out of here. When we return, we'll talk about his Patriots, his upcoming trip, a little NFL.
Let's go, baby!
And we'll make you a winner at the end of next segment. We'll open up the Pirate Radio booty bag. It's all ahead on Pirate Radio Live on a Thursday. After this.
Greenville and Pitt County, we at Pitt County Schools want you to know that we are a thriving and connected school system ready and open for all students this year. We are offering all in-person learning with limited virtual options while operating on a 5-day, full-day schedule for our 38 school campuses. Pitt County Schools offers rigorous academic opportunities such as dual language programs, STEM engagement, global education, and college readiness. We also offer competitive athletics, full support for exceptional children, and career readiness opportunities such as paid apprenticeships and unique business partnerships. Pitt County Schools is fully committed to engage, empower, and elevate every student every day. Visit our website today at pittschools.org, where you'll find our new jam-packed strategic plan, our new mission and vision, our profile of a learner, or check out our unique preschools, elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, and early colleges. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student every day.
Have you been waiting to try CBD? E&S Hemp on Fire Tower Road in Greenville is the area leader in CBD. We want to educate you on how our products work with your endocannabinoid system. These products are all natural and non-addictive. E&S offers a variety of products to meet your needs. Tinctures, edibles, topicals, and even smokable items. Customer feedback indicates relief from stress, anxiety, fatigue, pain, and PTSD, just to name a few. E&S Hemp is located on Fire Tower Road. Also, check us out on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
Hey, Troy D here for my friends at Villa Verde. If you know me, you know I love being outside, but finding a good place to eat outside can sometimes be tough. Well, our pals at Villa Verde have fixed that. Not only does Villa Verde have awesome, unique, one-of-a-kind dishes here in Greenville, they also have a brand new outside dining area. And this outside area is sweet. It's covered, you're in the shade, and cooling fans are on. Enjoy the comfort and relaxation of dining outside with our friends at Villa Verde. Villa Verde on 10th Street, a platform for good.
There are times in our lives when we feel like we have hit rock bottom with nowhere to go, but that is actually when God is closest to us and building us into who we are meant to be. Hi, I'm Holt Nailers, and that's how Built When Broken was formed. BuiltWhenBroken.com is an apparel brand to remind people not only where they've come from, but also where they are going. Visit BuiltWhenBroken.com to get the latest BWB apparel, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. BuiltWhenBroken.com, apparel for our walk through life.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Are you starting to plan your holiday travel for this year? Book today on American Airlines at PGV and enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport. American Airlines and PGV. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulp of Mexico. A huge 46-ounce lime margarita for only $6.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenville, and now available through DoorDash, featuring a half-gallon of the famous margarita mix to go for only $9.99. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Your office deserves a proactive tech support approach instead of always reacting to issues after the damage is done. You need BizCare. BizCare tech support and cybersecurity plans keep you ahead of potential issues and much safer from cyber threats like ransomware. What's at your office? Call William today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
This is Tim Doust, ECU Football Special Teams Coordinator, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Heartscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Heartscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Heartscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio, fireplace, pool, walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call at 364-1201, or you can stop by the Carolina Hardscapes Outdoor Showroom on Fire Tower Road across the Bostic Sugg Furniture. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, great night of football coming up. Well, maybe. College game looks really good. Marshall at App State. Houston, Carolina, not attractive, but I will say this, Chandler. The first two Thursday night games, Bucks, Cowboys, and Giants, Washington, have been
great games.
Great games, a lot of points.
There's been a lot of great games. Prime
time has been awesome this year.
Sunday night, we saw this past weekend, and then the Monday night game with Zay Jones scoring the touchdown for the Raiders in week 1. So, yeah, it's been a lot of fun on primetime.
Panthers defense has been really good to start the season. Tony's Patriots are one fumble away from being 2-0. Lost week 1 to the Dolphins, but came back with a win last week, Tony, and you'll be heading up to Foxborough this weekend to see old Jameis sling it around.
Yeah,
the
Jameis Winston. I hope he throws about 4 interceptions.
He looked like Jameis last week. Week 1, Jameis had 4 or 5 touchdowns.
Five
touchdowns. Week 2.
But he only had like 150 yards passing or something like that, you know?
Life without Drew Brees. You understand it. Life without Tom Brady. It's not smooth sailing.
It's
but
tough, man.
How about the Patriots' new quarterback, Mac Jones? What you think?
Let me tell you, I really like the kid. Belichick's going to... He's got a system for him that hopefully he's not going to make mistakes the way he haven't been making any mistakes, and that's the thing that we're going to have to do for him, just to keep the ball, throw the ball down the field. We don't have that go-to receiver.
No,
that's the thing we don't have, and so we got to establish a running game, and that's what we've been doing. That's what we did last week against the Jets, and our defense plays well.
It's kind of same old Patriots. I looked at the box score. James White had the most catches, running back out of the backfield. Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith, couple tight ends, and then you go down and you see Jacoby Myers, Nelson Aguilar. The Patriots, they do it their way, and their way a lot of the times is running back, tight end, although they had Moss for that one amazing year.
Yeah.
And then you've had a Welker or a Edelman, guys like that. But
nobody other than that, as far as a go-to guy.
Yeah.
We don't have that go-to guy right now. So Matt Jones has got to spread it around and just don't make any mistakes.
And it looks like the defense is back. They went out, they spent money. They got guys that came back from the COVID year, and the defense of 2019 appears to be back instead of the one we saw in 2020.
And that's going to help us win games early in the season. So Matt Jones get acclimated and starts throwing downfield, but before that, our defense got to win games.
You said when you made the guarantee ECU would beat Charleston Southern, you said that's one of my guarantees today. Does that mean you had multiple guarantees today, or
just one?
Okay, all right. You made it sound like you might have had another one.
I guarantee that the Patriots win on Sunday too.
There you go. There's another one.
There's 2.
Do you guarantee a win next week when Tom Brady comes to town to potentially
you better not.
Guarantee to win for who? The Patriots or Tampa?
For the Patriots?
Hell no.
Do you know?
I didn't know if you were going to bring that up, Clip.
Tony, Tom Brady is 499 yards away from breaking the all-time record, Drew Brees' record.
He's probably going to do it in New England, too.
He's going to have 300 this week.
Yeah.
So he's going to break it in Foxborough on Sunday Night Football against the Patriots. The NFL wrote the script.
I know, right?
Perfectly. And he's going to. There's nobody's going to be booing Brady over there, right? No way.
And see, that's the thing, man. Tom Brady left. He left graciously. Not like some players do when they leave. It's a bad taste in their mouth, a bad taste in other people's mouth. But you can't say anything bad about Tom.
It kind of wasn't his call, right?
I mean,
they were
really
kind of
wasn't.
ready to move on.
Yeah, I think they were.
Yeah,
because who would want to get rid of Tom Brady right now? I mean, he goes to Tampa.
It's disgusting.
And goes to the Super Bowl and wins it.
And now he plays on a team that's just going to beat the brakes off of everybody. Although they got the Rams this week. That'll be a great game.
Fantastic game to watch. That game will be.
You mentioned Belichick a moment ago, molding a new quarterback. Have you thought about it? Do you talk to the Patriots folks about how much longer you think he's got? Like, how much longer do you think Belichick's coaching?
It really, I think if this season goes as planned, as we win games and get into the playoffs, that's going to help his career even go even further along. If we don't make the playoffs, we turn out what 6-10 or whatever, 6-11.
Yeah,
that's something that we can't do.
But Robert Kraft's not going to fire Belichick.
No,
right?
he's not going to fire
At this point, it's up to Belichick.
Not after 2 losing seasons.
I'm saying ever.
Ever.
I'm saying
if he keeps losing.
I guess, but I feel like Belichick has kind of earned the right to say when he wants to give it up.
He's earned the right to lose, huh?
I think so. Maybe I'm wrong. You're the Patriots guy.
I'm gonna tell you,
you're kind of a harsh critic. It sounds like.
I'm gonna tell you right now. What I learned playing in the NFL, it's a business. And if you're not winning, man, they got to get somebody that's going to win. So, I can't see that happening.
But fireman bringing Lincoln Riley in a few years, something like that. How crazy!
I can't see that happening.
Patriots and Saints coming up this Sunday. We got
who your Skins got?
And we got the Buffalo Bills.
That's going to be
on the road in Buffalo.
That's going to be a tough one.
And you know what? This is that stupid extra game. Because we don't play the AFC East this year. Every team got that added 17th game.
Right.
Ours happens to be on the road at Buffalo. What a bummer. Thanks, League, for that one. So we get an extra road game, and it's against Buffalo. But hell, like you said, Tony, we're lucky to have a win. We could be 0-2 pretty easily if the Giants weren't the dumbest team in the league. With all sides on a field goal. Hey, oh, boy.
Well, you know what Cy Seymour says.
What's that?
It's a tough league.
It's a tough league. It's a real tough league. But a lot of fun, too. I joined last minute, y'all, a fantasy league you're in, Tony, but there's no stakes in it, so I can't say I'm...
I know, but, that's the thing. I've been trying to get that league to put some money in it and see who...
I don't want to play at your dollar level, but...
Get a nice pot going, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the commissioner, I don't know. See, we got to talk to the commissioner.
We do. We need a meeting.
We got to talk to the commissioner. But the thing is, we still can put money in the pot. Because we just week 2.
That's what I was gonna say. Are you sure you want to do that? I'm 2-0.
I don't care about that. That's a long season.
Okay, I'll
maybe
it's a long season. 25 apiece at least.
Clip, we're glad to have you. Thanks for joining.
Maybe if nothing else, Tony and I can do a little side bet on our teams. Like who goes further?
Absolutely. We can definitely do that.
What's the name of your team?
The Gentleman.
The gentleman.
The gentleman.
The gentleman.
The gentleman.
Okay.
Right now we're playing like a bunch of gentlemen. We're 0-2. Maybe I need to get a little more edgy.
Who's your quarterback?
Who's your
quarterback?
I don't even remember. I tell you,
you know who you drafted as quarterback?
Yeah, I got Dak.
Oh, you got Dak.
I got a
I
good
drafted
quarterback.
like 4 quarterbacks.
Drafted 4 quarterbacks.
I knew it was a great league when Jenny took Zay Jones in like the 5th round. I knew then that this was a serious league when I saw something like that occur.
She got some points on Monday night last week.
Yeah, I guess so. And I'm 0-2, so I can't talk. All right, there's a look at the NFL. I'll tell you what, let's get another break in and make somebody a winner, Chandler Honeycutt. We need to open up the booty bag on a
Booty
Thursday.
bag.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, 317-1250. Hopefully you've talked this over with executive producer Shirley Rhodes. Are you authorized to give away something, Chandler?
Yes, we are. We got it.
And I think this is what we're going to go with. This is a good one. A $10 gift card to Quarters Bar and Grill.
All right, was just talking about that with Jenny. Check out the wings, the burgers, Quarters Bar and Grill. Fantastic. $10 gift card. Sounds good. And what caller you want to do?
Let's go caller number Let's go to caller number 12.
Caller 12, 317-1250 will make you a winner and have more with touchdown. Tony Collins, already 2 guarantees today. We'll see if he's got any more after this.
Pirate football looks to make it 2 in a row this week as East Carolina hosts Charleston Southern. It's the Pirates Painted Gold game. Tickets start as low as $20. Celebrate Family Weekend with a Pirate victory this week at Dowdy Ficklen Stadium. Let's get rowdy and dowdy. East Carolina and Charleston Southern Saturday at 6 p.m.
You can paint this with purple. On Saturdays, your team needs you. Your sofa needs you. And you need a Jersey Mike's sub. Get it all with free Saturday delivery when you order through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. This Saturday, while you watch the game at home, we're watching the grill at Jersey Mike's. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free delivery on Saturdays, unless you're going to miss hearing this. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Safety comes first at Greenville Utilities. Did you know that by itself, natural gas is completely odorless? As a safety precaution, a chemical is added to the gas that gives it a distinctive and unpleasant odor. This allows you to detect the slightest amount of natural gas both indoors and outdoors. If you smell a strong odor of natural gas in or near your home, you should immediately call Greenville Utilities. GUC maintains staff around the clock in order to provide immediate response to emergencies such as natural gas leaks. You can count on GUC to keep safety job number one.
At US Cellular, we believe you should get more of the latest 5G technology for less of your hard-earned money. Right now, get up to $1,200 off any 5G phone. The choice is yours. Any of our 5G phones with no trade-in or hidden fees. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent. The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has something for everyone, like New York-style pizza, lasagna, chicken, veal, or eggplant parmesan, homemade meatballs, plus a variety of seafood selections and favorites, like the steak burger and southern pork chop. If you need food to go, Familia's drive-thru window is open and ready for all takeout orders. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
Hey Pirates, this is Holt Nailers. A big part of my success on the field is what I eat at home. To keep my body filled up, I order meals off a Clean Eats meal plan. I choose the meals I want from 6 different meals offered each week, and I pick them up on Sunday or Monday at the cafe on Red Banks Road. Each meal is packed with the perfect mix of healthy proteins, carbs, and veggies to keep my engine running at full speed. Go to CleanEats.com, click on meal plans, or stop by the cafe and get all the info. Clean Eats and the Pirates, a winning combination.
You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, Pirate Nation, it's back. Join Pirate Radio and Fleet Feet of Greenville to kickstart your game day on September 25th with a $5 5K. The race is an untimed event, and all proceeds will be donated to Robbie's Clubhouse. For $10, you can sign up for the run and get a shirt, or skip the shirt and do just the run for $5. The race starts at 8 a.m. at Fleet on Greenville Boulevard. Sign up by going to runsignup.com and search Pirate Radio. It's the $5 5K this Saturday, September 25th. And congratulations to Mike Ward of Greenville, the winner of a $10 gift card to Quarters Bar and Grill. Greenville's newest sports bar is Quarters Bar and Grill. Quarters offers gourmet burgers, hot dogs, and wings with unique flavors. Plus, Quarters just added new appetizers to the menu. Quarters Bar and Grill open Wednesday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. located in the shopping center right behind Krispy Kreme. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Cliff Rock.
All right, congratulations to Mike. He needs something good in his life. If you go to Mike's Twitter page, father of two, husband of one, 1 Corinthians 9:24. But before he says any of that, he says lifelong Mets fan.
Oh boy!
Wow. So, Mike, you've had a rough one. Enjoy the quarters on us. I wanted to rub that in since the Braves are in first place in the NL East. Got postseason baseball coming up in a couple of weeks. Tony Collins, you watch any playoff baseball? Nah, that's enough. Too much football going on. Tony, did you watch Tiger King last year?
Tiger King was the guy in the
Joe
the tiger,
Exotic,
right? Yeah. I watched a little bit. I never watched the whole thing.
I was going to save this for Troy on Friday. I know he's a big fan. We'll talk about it. But folks, if you haven't heard, Tiger King is returning for a second season on Netflix.
Oh my God!
You're kidding me.
And it is returning this calendar year.
Oh my God!
So we're in September, October, November. We only got 3 months left. It's returning within the next 3 months.
Backed by popular demand.
How many episodes do you know?
Well, what was the first one? 8 or 10, right? I don't remember.
I can't remember.
I will say they're overhyping it because it says, there's the article, there isn't too much information about the upcoming season, only that it will bring, quote, just as much mayhem and madness as season 1. I don't think that's possible. I don't think it's possible to have more mayhem. And Joe Exotic's in prison, right?
I've heard that, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, it's a mystery.
Well, how are they going to have the show if he's in prison?
That's a good question, Tony.
I don't know. I mean, the picture with Tiger King 2 and the background has him in prison on the phone. And the mullet looks a little longer and shaggier. And but yeah, Joe Exotic is back. What have you been watching, Tony?
Not Tiger King.
Football? Are you football only?
I'm all football now. Once football season starts, man, everything else is over. ESPN and football, that's it.
ESPN Plus will be where you can watch the Pirates this week.
Mm-hmm.
So, how'd you enjoy the Facebook experience, by the way? So you watched it on
Facebook. I mean, it was cool.
So Troy had it on his TV.
No commercials. Yeah, I put it on mine too.
Okay, so you were good.
That.
Look at you, Tony.
Yeah, my wife.
Technology.
My wife figured it out for me.
Okay, I knew there was a catch somewhere.
I saw that from a lot of people of the positive. There was no commercials.
No
they didn't have to
commercials,
worry about ads and stuff. I want to get your take on the Manning. Have you been able to watch the Mannings on Monday Night Football?
You know what? I clicked on it the other night. And I left out of the room. They're telling me it's hilarious. It's great.
It is
awesome.
It's a great
watch.
Funny. Yeah.
I got to check it out next week.
And they have great guests. This past week they had Gronk on, who is he's like an 8-year-old in a giant man's body. He said, Tony, that he doesn't even he says Tom watches all the film, Tom Brady, and Gronk will go to him on Friday or Saturday and say, all right, who's covering me? What do I need to do? That's his prep for the game. And he says Tom Brady just tells him what to do, and he does it. He was hilarious. They had Brett Favre, Patrick Willis, and Pat McAfee. But Barkley's been on. So,
really?
So there's that part of it.
I got to check it out.
It's funny, but also for us novices that never played in the NFL and never seen a playbook like you, Tony.
You talk about breaking down the
Manning is a freaking scientist.
Jeez, right?
I mean, it is unbelievable what he breaks down. So I think you'd enjoy it for not only the humor, but breaking down the plays and everything.
Right. I got to check it out next week.
ESPN 2 every Monday night.
Yeah.
And we look forward to it more than the game at this point. Cowboys-Eagles is the game, so that's a pretty good game this Monday. But the Mannings are fantastic.
You think that's going to be a pretty good game? You don't think Cowboys can kill the Eagles?
Division game. I think they'll keep it somewhat tight. Cowboys like to screw it up somehow, Tony. So
I'm gonna tell you right now. I've seen the Cowboys play. Dak is playing really good football.
Their offense is awesome.
So it's just the only thing they got to worry about is their defense. But I think they can score with any team. They did it with Tampa Bay. They almost beat Tampa Bay.
Their most disappointing player on offense is Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, everybody. Tony Pollard has looked better than him. The Memphis running back.
Cooper's killing it too.
Cooper's killing it. CD Lamb, I called his breakout year, which is not a great call, but he's good. Gallup when he's healthy. Their offense is awesome.
He's got some weapons.
They're still worried about the defense, I think, in Dallas, and I think Jalen Hurts and them can keep it close on Monday night. We shall see. All right, let's hear more Donnie K. We got to get more Donnie K in here.
Well,
what do you think, Donnie? Should we hear more Donnie?
What do you think? I always want to hear myself.
Judging by how long he talks, he definitely likes hearing himself. Let's hear part 2, Chandler.
Against the wall, kind of going up in the fourth quarter, down double digits. How do you kind of replicate that sense of urgency? You said the lack of third downs because you guys were picking up yardage so quickly. Is that something that you can kind of replicate, or is that just the way the cookie crumbled?
I think the entire game I felt that the offensive players had a lot of confidence. They were really ready to play. I could tell they were ready to play. Not that we weren't ready to play the other 2 games, but I could just tell we were more in the mode of we were going to play better. I could just tell by the way we practiced better last week. And so, I think they went out 3-0. We answered. We actually scored twice on that drive. Okay, now he did step out of bounds. It looked like, when you saw the review. But, it was almost like, wow, can we ever just get this monkey off our back? We keep scoring. They keep calling it back. But we answered, okay, and then I think they went up 10-3. We went back up 14-10. So our kids were gaining confidence. They knew. They were coming off the field. Our linemen were saying we can block them. We know where they're at. We know what they're doing. They're doing what we practiced. You know what I'm saying? The DBs were all saying, I'm open, which is, it's irritating as hell, but it's a good sign that they're all saying they're open all the time. I could tell Holton was just dying to get back out there. We did hit a little bit of a lull where we didn't score there. I think, we scored 21 points in the first quarter, or the first half. We didn't score to the end of the second quarter there. I thought Coach made a great decision. Talk about why he's big time. Because we went for it on fourth down, and the only way you're right is to make it, and we made it. You know what I'm saying? So you can always be second guessed. If you don't, you should have got 3 points. You know what I'm saying? If you kick the 3 points, they're going to say, nope, you should have went for the touchdown. 3's not going to win the game. You got to go for it, and you got to make it though. And you got to make it for it. So Coach Logan said that many years ago. He left out, but you also have to make it. You got to go for it, but you have to make it to be right. And so Shane made a great play, as did Holton. That gave us really good momentum in the locker room. At halftime, the kids were jacked up, and they were just like, they couldn't wait to get back out there. We got the ball. We opened a reverse pass, okay, which was there. He just happened to slip. They need new turf. You think we need a new indoor? Well, they need new turf. Okay, so I'm not criticizing them because I'm not going to send them any money or anything, but they need new turf. He slips. We missed that pass. We kept driving it down there. We had the one bad drive, or the ending of the bad drive. On 3rd and 2, I ran it because you got 2 downs. He'd already told me you got 4 downs, and then I wished I had the 4th down call back. I didn't like my 4th down call. I liked my 3rd down call. I didn't like the 4th down call too much. We didn't make that. But the kids kept coming off going like, no, we know we can do it. We can do it. And Holton was getting them up on the sideline. I could see them down there. And the kids, they was keeping them rallied. And I don't know. Then like I said, we got some good things happening in the fourth quarter. We got some good drives. Some kids made some. Audie just started going crazy. Finally, he just relaxed and ran a couple of the best routes I've ever seen him go. And now that's who we were thinking. Right there, he's doing that. He's getting open. He's catching the ball. You know what I'm saying? They were just doing that. Obviously the onside kick was another fabulous call. You know what I'm saying? The Coach Dallas and all those guys to figure that out. And Owen just did a great job. And so I just think the kids were just in that mode. Somebody said last week, I don't remember who, you didn't come last week, you get penalized. It wasn't you, so how do you recapture that SMU feeling? I swear it came back. You know what I'm saying? And I never think that way, but you had asked that. I couldn't remember who asked it. That's how old I am, right? I can't remember who asked it, but I knew somebody asked it. And I thought, damn, we have recaptured that, because that's kind of the way it felt in the first half last year, like we cannot be stopped. Even when we were stopped, we felt like that a little bit. So now, how do we keep that going? You just got to go out there and play. You got to keep just playing. You got to keep trying to be aggressive, and they just got to keep making those plays. So.
All right, there is Donnie Kirkpatrick, and we'll see if that offense can keep going. What that win does, Tony, and I think everybody needed it. I almost think the fans needed it more than the players, because the players, their mindset, they're going to go to work every single week and keep working harder and harder until they were able to get a win. But the fans needed this one because they've been to one home game this year against South Carolina. The Pirates lost that game. They didn't play well offensively, and there was some issues with concessions and other stuff. I don't know if you've heard about all that, but they didn't have a great experience at the game. Well, you go out and beat Marshall. Now people are excited to give Dowdy Ficklin another chance in 2021. Go out and see a game. But that one was huge, man, to get that win. And now you start to kind of look at the schedule, right, and say, all right, maybe we can get to 6 wins, get to a bowl game.
Possibility. But see, the thing about that win last week, it's a great win for the players, because now they know at any moment, even if they're down maybe 15 or 16 points in the fourth quarter, they have the capability of coming back. So that's a great win in that aspect. But one of the things that we cannot do this week is get all cocky and think Georgia Southern or whoever whoever this team is.
We need to know they're Charleston Southern.
Oh, Charleston Southern.
Players do.
Okay, whoever coming in here, we can't just think that this is going to be a pushover. We got to go out and play the game and score 50 points against these guys. Come on,
let's get a game where we can get some backups.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Put some points on the board. Let's do that. Coming up this Saturday, we'll be with you 2:00 on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. Tony, what's your score prediction for this one? You got the Pirates guaranteed win.
Guaranteed win.
By how many points?
I'm going 38-13.
Fair enough.
38-13.
We don't have a line yet because they're a FCS opponent, so that'll come out hopefully tomorrow or Saturday. But definitely, I think tomorrow we'll have a line for the game. I said it at around
24, right?
I said 28. Maybe I'm a tad high.
If we don't win by more than 20 points, it's something wrong. Okay, come on now.
I hear you.
It's what we have to do to, I think, as confident-wise, going in and just putting the hammer down on the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need to do that.
Let's do it. Let's beat an inferior opponent Saturday at Dowdy Ficklin Stadium. All right, let's get our final break in. We'll come back with some final thoughts from Touchdown Tony Collins. Also, a look at our Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. East Carolina has announced a basketball game for the upcoming season. We'll tell you about that as well.
You still got a basketball team?
Hey, easy. Come on,
easy.
Tony. Why you gotta say that, Tony?
I'm just kidding, man.
Why you gotta joke about it?
It's just a little jokey joke.
Some jokes hurt, Tony. That one hurt me. We still got a team. They're still going to play.
Who's your point guard?
That I don't know. Well, Tristan did, but we got a lot of new faces this year. We'll talk more about it after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new 2021 Buick Envision and save over $3,000 or 0% financing for 72 months. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty on all new and pre-owned vehicles.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
There's nothing more important than protecting your family. Fire ants can cause painful allergic reactions and even death. Protect your loved ones at home where you should feel the safest. Visit pesttech@greenville.com to learn of our once-a-year treatment to guarantee you stay fire ant free. Tested and proven effective by your Eastern North Carolina exterminating professionals at Pest Tech of Greenville. Mention the crying baby for an extra 10% off.
Hello folks, this is Jamie Lane with Carolina Hardscapes and Mulch. We believe that making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio, fireplace, pool, walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call at 364-1201. You can stop by our outdoor showroom on Fire Tower Road across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. At Carolina Hardscapes, we look forward to making your backyard the place to be. Find us on the web at carolinahardscapesandmulch.com.
At US Cellular, we believe you should get more of the latest 5G technology for less of your hard-earned money. Right now, get up to $1,200 off any 5G phone. The choice is yours. Any of our 5G phones with no trade-in or hidden fees. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Watch our prices fall at Bostic Sugg Furniture. All the gotta get it now looks and styles are in. We have what you need to add warmth and beauty to any room. Sofas, sectionals, and motion furniture from the best brands. Lazy Boy, Bassett and Rowe, all in stock with huge in-stock savings. And the more you buy, the more you save. Up to $720 back, plus great savings on Serta and Restonic mattresses. So watch our prices fall at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting pirates.
Sawyer's Fun Park is now open in Greenville. This state-of-the-art 40,000 square foot facility features a 2-story LED interactive laser tag, a one-of-a-kind 2-story ninja course, a ropes course with a 180-degree zip line, and it's only one of 5 in the country that are indoors. Multiple climbing walls, a super cool arcade with 40-plus games, and a brand new full-service cafe and bar for adults. Visit the brand new Sawyer's Fun Park, now open, located right behind ARU on Corey Road, Greenville. Hey, this is Troy D, proud ECU grad from the class of 94. And if you know me, you know I love the 90s here at ECU. It was some of our glory days, including bowl games, the Peach Bowl, and even a March Madness appearance. Relive those days with my friends from Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics is a cool retro store with all types of merchandise, including the 90s ECU vintage tees and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person, 304 Evans Street, or online at shoptailgateclassics.com. Tailgate Classics, bringing back the throwbacks.
This is Xavier Smith. Join me and the other Pirate Radio athletes exclusively each Monday on PRL.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $1,000 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, quick look at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. Right now, Igo's Mariners are trying to sweep the A's. They're up 6-4 and try to stay alive in the AL wildcard hunt. The Braves leading the Diamondbacks 4-1 in the 7th inning. Giants trying to hold on to their lead in the West over the Dodgers, but they trail the Padres 4-2 in the 5th. And the Dodgers not helping themselves, losing to the Rockies 5-3 in the 8th. Coming up tonight, App State will host Marshall, and the Carolina Panthers will take on the Texans. You can hear that game right here on Pirate Radio. That's a look at your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. The Buck.
The Buck.
Thank you, Jenny. Tony, earlier in the show, you were watching TV and you saw that Liberty is a road favorite at the Carrier Dome at Syracuse.
Where the hell's Liberty?
And you said, where does Liberty come from? You actually said, where is Liberty located? Lynchburg, Virginia, I believe. And on that note, Tony, you can go see Liberty play East Carolina. They'll be in Charlotte coming up on December 17th. It'll be the Pirates and the Flames at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte. as part of the Basketball Hall of Fame shootout at the Spectrum Center. So there you go.
Think we can win that?
We can, but I've seen Liberty at Minges Coliseum, and believe it or not, Tony, they actually have a good basketball team too.
Yeah.
They got everything. They got Jesus on their side, and they're playing well. So Jeff Barber, who had ties to Liberty and ECU, and now the AD at Charleston Southern, will join Jeff Charles on the Pirate Radio podcast coming up in about 1 minute if you're listening to our live edition. Tony, have fun in Foxborough. Are you hanging out with like old teammates or what?
Nah, yeah, go up there and sign a few autographs and hang out with the fans and
awesome.
Just chill out.
Be a fun time.
Oh yeah.
All right, Tony, you got 2 guarantees on the line. Pirates win, Pats win.
Let's go, baby.
So get those dubs.
Let's do it.
When you coming back to see us?
I'll be back next Thursday.
Wow.
I think that's what I'm supposed to do with the mayonnaise thing.
All right. At some point, we're going to see mayonnaise on Tony's head. If you're into that kind of stuff, it's coming up soon. Tony, I'm going to tell you, I got a plan. I want to have a ham sandwich, like half a sandwich. I want to dip it on that head of yours.
Oh, that's kind of nasty.
And take a big old bite. Jeez, that's going to be my contribution to it.
Gotta be better than some of the things I saw at the game of them doing with mayo. Like,
oh yeah, those people just chugging mayo.
It was pretty gross.
They were eating mayo?
Oh, eating it like it was like
serious?
no tomorrow.
One dude dump it all over his body to get tickets to the Georgia Clemson game.
He did that at College Game Day.
So we're going to take it easy on you.
Yeah, please.
We'll see Tony Collins next Thursday. Chandler, good job. Jenny,
No problem,
great
buddy.
job
Thank
filling in on video. And we'll see you fine folks Friday, 3 o'clock on an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Welcome to the Pirate Radio Podcast, featuring special guests discussing a wide range of topics and personal stories. The Pirate Radio Podcast is presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. Nothing tastes quite like it. Visit whiteclaw.com today. White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly. Now live from the Pirate Radio studio, here's Shirley Rhodes.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Pirate Radio Podcast, featuring the voice Jeff Charles and ECU alum and now the athletics director at Charleston Southern, Jeff Barber. The Pirate Radio Podcast is brought to you by White Claw Hard Seltzer. On today's podcast, the voice will have a great discussion with Jeff Barber on his path from Greenville, North Carolina to being the athletics director at Charleston Southern. Sit back and relax. Today's Pirate Radio Podcast, presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer, starts right now.
Jeff Barber is the director of athletics at Charleston Southern University, a Greenville native and ECU graduate, class of 1981.